What's up, gamers? How's it going? Welcome in, everybody. How is everyone doing? Hello, Sheik. How's it going? Just writing one thing here really quick. Okay. Yeah, welcome in. Today I would like to kind of circle back on the questing stuff. I know we started working on that on the 12th or whatever, but didn't get time to actually finish it. I think I would like to maybe take another look at it and see if we can get it going. Discovered the problem was in the electrical plug, not the charger. Oh, okay. Just like a bad outlet then? Interesting. Yeah, you always expect that it's the cable, not the part that you plug it into. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. The wires, yeah. Man, I don't know if I've ever had an outlet like go bad, you know? I think I had one go bad like it was outside. Because both plugs were bad? Yeah. I don't know about like how electrical wiring is set up in other countries, but at least in the US, like if an outlet goes bad on both plugs, it's probably just the receptacle and not the wires. Because they're both connected to the same wire. But I don't know. I don't know how it's set up with other kinds of wires or other outlets, you know. So yeah, it's interesting. Done a little bit of electrical stuff. Installed smart switches, just a bunch of things. Replaced outlets and light switches, and but the only thing I'm not gonna ever mess with probably with electrical wiring is the breaker box, because that's kind of dangerous, because that you have the big 400 amp wire coming in, and that's like, you know, if you touch that you'll die instantly. So probably shouldn't mess with that. I'm not like a licensed electrician, so you know, you gotta be careful. Yeah. But it's cool to be able to wire stuff up though. Done a lot of electronics wiring too. I did some stuff for Raspberry Pi and some Arduino wiring too. It's 110 volts in the US, so yeah, it's a little bit, it's half. I don't know why it's only 110. I guess it's just what we decided. But yeah, I guess it technically makes it a little safer. But the thing is we also have 220 volt receptacles too. Or, well, I guess in the US it's 120 volt. And then it's 240 volt for a high voltage. Like some things we have a 240 volt plug. Like for example, my washing machine and dryer both have 220 volt plugs. Right? So things that like use a lot of power have a high voltage plug. Mine's 220 volts, but my brother lives in the bigger city, is 110. Interesting. Yeah. That's odd. I guess you just must be on different power grids then, which is interesting. But yeah, I think like what comes through the house is 220 or something, and then I'm not really exactly sure how it works because I'm not a not an electrician, but I know that all of the outlets and everything that you actually ever interact with is usually 110 unless you need a special one for like a big appliance. So yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's always interesting to learn about that kind of stuff though. Like how it's actually set up and how it works. Like AC power with like the 3 sine waves. Yeah. It would be cool to like learn more about electrical stuff like that and actually like, I don't know, take a class or something. Just because I think it's really practical to understand electricity. Strange because the phone charger worked? Huh. Yeah. So your phone charger worked in the higher voltage outlet? Problem was in the oscillation? Yeah. Weird, yeah. Oh, and the bad plug? Oh, okay. Oh, so it just like kept, weird. So like it would work for a minute and then like stop working and like just kind of go back and forth between that. Weird. Yeah, that's really weird. Cause like wiring stuff like that is pretty static. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that then. Probably a good idea to get it replaced if you didn't already. Yeah, that's wacky. Anyways, let's jump into the programming. So I made it to the diamatous poison cloud. Is a little smaller now, which is probably better. I also, let's see. I made it so their range that they spawn the poison in is smaller. Increase the diamatous poison cloud range. Okay. So that'll hopefully make those guys feel a little bit more balanced and not stupid. Alright. I also spent a lot of time last night finding orphan nodes, and I think this might possibly cause a memory leak, but I fixed them. I finally figured out which ones were being orphaned. So there was one node that was being orphaned when you would activate a weapon, like a special weapon component, because it would create a script and then never free it. So I fixed that. And then the other nodes that were being orphaned were timer nodes with the animals. Because I guess if it was never adding it as a child, so it would create the timer nodes, not add it as a child, and then never get deleted. And that was an issue specifically with clients, not on multiplayer, so hopefully that fixes some multiplayer crashes. But yeah, we shouldn't have any more orphan nodes, hopefully. The quarters lamp stopped working and was on at least 2 days straight. And this isn't making a sound, turned it off. Oh yeah, that's whack. Yeah, sometimes I can start buzzing if like something's wrong. I think our electricity buzzes at 60 hertz, so yours is probably a higher pitch buzz. At 120 hertz, probably. Interesting, yeah. Okay. Yeah, hopefully I fix the multiplayer issues. I think our special challenge room is pretty much good to go also. One thing I wanted to do, though, was just add in a, you know, fix the navigation polygon, because I don't want them to pathfind in the center here. So maybe we'll change that. I kind of want to increase the size of this room just a little bit also. It doesn't have to get that much bigger, but just a smidgen. Hey Louis, what's up? How's it going? I think we'll go like 2 more tiles out in the cardinals. That is what cardinals are, right? They're like the plus shape. I've been saying cardinal direction a lot recently, I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Boop. Bang. So is that not in the center because... Yeah, that's what's going on here. I'm probably gonna make this go back into the center and then fix the shape of the room. So I think the room is off. Like, 'cause if I look at this, I don't know why it's stupid. Okay. Like, that's 9. That's 9. But then this one is only 7. Yeah. So we actually want to bring this one up 2 more. Decent, made some nice progress today. Nice, that's always good. Good to hear. North, east, west, south, yeah. Okay, so we should be okay. I guess I'm right. 6, 7. So 8, 9. And that'll now extend out to there. And then to there. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, I just wanted this room to be a little bit bigger because I felt like sometimes it got a little crowded. Doesn't have to be insanely big, but just a smidge. Goes there. Boom, boom. And then, yeah, this room is completely done, basically. I do want to, like, do some more testing with it, ideally. Just to kind of make sure everything's where we want it. But I think we're good to go, though. Okay, so now I want to move these little pillar guys. Because they're in weird spots. Right, so like this one... Ideally, I want them to be at a diagonal to the center thing. Boom, boom. So I might actually move these ones down. And then boom, boom. Kind of like that. And then we still need to fill in all the floor stuff. That is a multiplayer table. So the thing about this, or I think I need to add the whole room to the multiplayer table. As long as the room is in there, because anything in the room will get synced, so it shouldn't matter. I don't have to do the pedestal itself. I just had to do the whole room. And we should be okay. But yeah, I'm gonna test it with multiplayer. I think that's the last bit. I think it almost will work with multiplayer. There's just gonna be a couple things we're gonna have to change. Okay. So I think we're good to go there. Let's fix this. All right, this spawnable region. I can't see anything. Let's hide that. Okay, so that's just the breakables. Now this one, I think the full thing can be spawnable just because there's not really any... Well, I guess we don't want them spawning on the pillars, though. Alright, so that's that. Is that right with the spacing? I guess these ones would be closer because... Yeah. It goes up, right? I'll move those up just so it doesn't look weird. It should be okay to have those up one more. Yeah. I think that looks fine. Okay. Next up is we're gonna have to fix all the all this mushroom crap being in the center. Well, that's fine there. Did I ever fix the mushrooms on the fishing room? I don't think I did. So I might take a look at that. Let's also fix the breakables really quick because they're all screwed up. Okay. So basically they're just spawning on the edges. Not in the doorway though. Created a Discord server today. Haven't really advertised yet. Just went like on X. For 2 people have joined. First guy came and instantly. Oh, really? Yeah, then someone said it looks cute. Yeah. There's always going to be people like that, you know. I still see people like that attack Starground. So, you know, you just got to ignore it. Some people just like to like to hate on stuff, you know. So, it is what it is. Let's see. Okay. Looks like we're good there. The spawnable area is good. Okay. So we just have to fix the doors. I think we just moved like 48 up. No, I think it was 64. Nope. 80. Yeah. Actually, these ones moved less. I think it's 64. Nope. 48. There we go. Minus 48. Plus 48. Okay. Okay, mushrooms. Oh, big mushrooms. And then big guys. And then the little guys. I kind of wish that these like had more I don't know, like parallax, but I don't know how I would implement something like that because it had to be like at the edges of your field of view or something, right? So I don't know how I would even do that. It would look cool though, like if there's parallax. I don't know. Maybe one day I can try and think of ways to do that. All right, so I think we're pretty much good to go. Let's fix our navigation region because it's the wrong area now. I hope I'm not making the dungeon rooms too big, you know. I don't know what size is right. I imagine for this, with how many enemies spawn in, you do want it to be a little more spacious, so I think it's probably fine to open it up a bit like this. So, I don't know what I'm gonna do for this pedestal. I think, I might just set this pedestal not to have a... Okay, it does have a layer. Okay, so that's not what I want to do. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. I mean, I can do this. And this will just be a collision shape, and then just call this, like, navigation blocker. And then group inside of navigation. This is just so that they don't try and walk in the center, because they start to hit stuff and it just doesn't work. Technically, it means maybe the player can stand in the center and the enemies can't get to them. I don't know. It's possible that that happens, but hopefully it doesn't. Alright. So now, inside of our special room, should be able to just say this, bake, and yeah, there we go. Now it blocks everything in the center. Alright, cool. Almost there. Let's do the decals. So like the little plant guys around, you know? Give that scattering of like 10. Just kind of fill it in a couple of these blank areas. Cool, cool, cool. And then the floor tiles also need to be randomized. So just grab them all. Scattering 10. Oops. Bing. I wish I could do this stuff procedurally. I mean, I can. But the reason why I haven't done that is because it just increases like load times. There's going to be some latency while it's setting up the room, right? Which is not ideal. I think I'd rather lose out on the ability to set that stuff up automatically than Then I have to make things laggy. Let's also add in the pillars. Technically, I could put a pillar there. Nah, it looks weird. Alright. I think we're good to go. Boom. Now, I think I also... Yeah, I need to fix it in the fishing room. Because I think I... Yeah, it doesn't have the mushrooms. So, that's kind of a mistake. Can you just use the fill tool? Oh, shoot. You're probably right. I kind of forgot about that tool. But yeah, I should probably do that. I think, though, with the fill tool, since there's other tiles in there, it's probably not going to fill very cleanly. But I could probably just... I wonder if there's like a global fill. Yeah, not sure. But that's probably a good idea. I should have used that. Alright, good enough on that. Alright. I think we're good. I think we're good to go here. Fishing room is fixed with the mushrooms. Challenge room is good to go. And yeah. Okay. So let's get the challenge room working with multiplayer. Really just stole this stuff in here. For the most part, it works with multiplayer, but I think there's just a couple things we have to change. So let's see here. That's constantly set in the text. So there's just a couple variables I want to sync. First off is going to be current enemy count. So export var current enemy count. And then I'm just going to set that on the server. So if is server I'm just going to do this. Current enemy count is equal to that. And then I think I probably want to sync wave count. Well, honestly, what I'm probably going to do is just make... well, no, I guess I need to. I'm trying to think how I want to do this, right? Oh yeah, the challenge pedestal doesn't actually have a synchronizer, so let's add that. And then also these pedestals, I need to sync some things, so honestly this active variable, we'll sync that. And then I'm also just going to say function ready, and I'm going to say run set active. And the reason I'm going to do that is so that on multiplayer, if you join after an RPC is sent to, you know, set its activeness, then I have to change that, right? So I'm just going to sync or pedestal active on change. Actually, this one will just be on never. It's just for on spawn. Okay, so that'll sync that. The next part is changing these functions to all be, you know, RPCs, probably. Well, I guess if we do it like this, where this function start wave is an RPC, it should be okay. Okay. So... yeah, this is going to call on the server, so I'm just going to say RPC right there. And I'm actually going to say... okay, so it'll only connect it on the server, and it'll say start wave. So it's going to do it in here. Yeah. Now, this one, it only sets the collision shape disabled there, so we actually have to run that in start wave. So that'll make it so it's can't be interacted with on multiplayer also. So we're getting there. We need to go ahead and sync the current enemy count. So that'll work on multiplayer. Okay, so here's the pipeline. It's just in its default state. Everything's fine. You interact with it. Start wave will run as an RPC. Also, these things need to be probably done. So I'm just going to check if wave count is equal to 0, then do this stuff. Stop the ambience and all that business and the collision shape. Okay, so it's 0. If it's less than that, it's going to do generate enemies. So we only want to say if is server. Snooze that ad. But wave count will still go up. The chat fade is true. Enemy count will go up. And then here, this is where we like set locked and stuff. So I only want to generate the loot on the chest if we're the server. So we're going to go fix that probably. Plays the sound. Wave count plus equals 1. And then it sets active on the orb. So since this start wave function itself is an RPC, we don't actually need this function to be an RPC, which is good. Oh yeah, also fix this to current enemy account. So the reason I sync that variable is because only the server keeps track of the number of enemies that are spawned in. So I do have to sync that number. And that's being synced down there now. So we should be good to go. We have to test it, but yeah. And let's just make sure that this is only on the server, which we are. Cool. All right. Very final bit is I just wanted this to do some particles when you finish it. So just call this one finish particles. Just like some magic bits. I don't know what the sprite's gonna be. We can look around real quick. I don't know why everything is... Oh, one particle looks cool. Oh, that's the researcher particle? I don't think that's the researcher particle. Funny, I guess I made that particle a long time ago and then just never used it. We could maybe use it for this. I can just say align Y, and then no gravity. And direction will just be 180, and initial velocity is like 200. I can see it's not aligned though. I think I at one point was messing around with that when I first was adding the researcher. But in the end, for the particles, I just went with the single pixel. So, but we can modify that. But yeah, also I redid the gas mask sprite, and I'm much happier with this now. The other one was stupid. Okay, so let's go find the researcher particle. And let's change this so it's aligned better. I'm trying to figure out like which direction we need to go with it. I think it must be to the right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because it's almost aligned. So let's change that. So really what we want then is like... I just want to see if this looks right first. I probably should have renamed that as something else, but whatever. Okay, no, that's not correct. Okay, so we gotta do... Yeah, it might be down. So it looks pretty funny as if someone took a big breath. Yeah. Let's see how that looks. There we go. Okay, so we got the shape unlock. Probably just do a 1 pixel like thing. Something like that is what I was thinking. Let's see. Well, that looks okay, I guess, but it's a little janky. I want to set maximum explosiveness and set that to like 32. And maybe set that a little lower or like higher. Yeah, that's sort of what I want. I just want this like wave thing to happen from the center. But let's go mess with it now. So some of them can be bigger. And maybe we actually do like sort of like a Wi-Fi wave, you know what I'm saying? Right. Let's see what that looks like. Maybe like that. Sure. Let's do our alpha transparency stuff. I guess this is what I want. I don't know. This is weird. It'll probably be fine, right? I don't know. Also, we have ads starting in 1 minute. My apologies. Speed scale. I would like to actually do like a distortion thing. Maybe we can do that. I know there's that one shader for waves. Godot shaders. Maybe we can get that working properly. Balatro. It's been a while since I've been on here. I kind of want to look around for a minute, if that's okay, guys. Magnifying distortion. Vision 2D pixel outline. Sparkling star effect. That's kind of cool. Screen space mesh projection. That's kind of funny. Replace color. Oh, that's what I need to do. Distance checker. 2D pixel art water. Maybe it's good water. The edges look weird. They have like pixels that are odd. And also, I don't know if you can really control it. Yeah. Maybe you can. I don't know. Enchantment glint. I could add that to items. Nah. There's a lot more 2D water shaders now. Gooby gap. Space background. Hexagon highlighting. That's kind of cool. Chromatic aberration sphere is kind of interesting. Yeah. Anyways, cool stuff as usual. So I want the... It's like a wave. I've seen it in here before. It's not shockwave animation, I don't think. It's like this, right? It's like a water wave. So maybe we'll take a look at that one. Oh, it's probably this one, the distortion shockwave. So let's try this one. Get out of here. All right. Ads are over. My apologies. Let's add a texture rec to this, and then just a shader. I don't think I already have a shockwave shader, but I don't actually know. Maybe I do. I sound tired. I am a little tired, if I'm being honest. What? Shader include. Oops. I named it wrong, guys. But yeah, I don't know. I'm fine though. I just need to get through some Starground work. Oh yeah, the size. I forgot about that. So let's see if this actually works. Width. Aberration. I don't think this is working. Unless it's just because it's below. How do I make it do stuff? Is there any errors in here? Cool. Yeah, I don't think this is working. No, definitely not. Well, there's other ones in here we can try. You have to animate the radius and center parameters. I don't know. Let's try this one instead. Seems like it does the same thing, basically. Don't worry about AI or the layoffs. I'm not really worried about that stuff. I mean, the layoffs don't really mean anything to me because I don't have a job. So, you know, I'm not worried about it. Let's see, hence screen texture, semicolon. Okay, I hope this one works. Force, size, thickness, screen size. What is that? Okay, well that doesn't work either. Ugh. There was one in here that worked really well that I messed with before, but I mean, let's try this one. Why do these use screen size? Oh, that wasn't the shader? God dang it. Put this one in here. Expected valid type hint. That can now be source color. Redefinition of pi. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Shoot. Uniform, sampler, 2D. Hold on. What is it? Screen texture, hint screen texture. Ugh, shader stuff, dude. Sometimes this can take up a whole stream, you know? Hopefully it doesn't, but we'll see. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. I don't know what's up with the screen position stuff. Ugh. Well, I don't know. I don't think this is gonna work out. It'd be cool, but all the ones on here are kind of stupid. I mean, unless we could find a better one. So you also have these bots on the stream. Yeah, the bots show up everywhere. But Twitch does an okay job of eliminating like most of them, but there still are some that get through. This one's cool, a blast wall. Do you think it'd actually work? All these shaders are old. Because they use the screen texture thing. Screen texture, oops. Okay. Let's just see if it does anything. Direction, sure, 1. Blast. Size. Force. Aperture. Blast. No, it doesn't seem to be getting changed at all, so... Yeah, I don't know what's up with this. Maybe I'm just doing something wrong. Or it's like not visible or something, but I don't think that's the case. So... Is it because I'm doing a texture rec and I was supposed to do a color rect? That could have been an issue. Let's just make sure. But I just don't see anything. Right? Force. I mean, you guys aren't seeing anything, are you? Okay, well, it just kind of breaks things and that goes negative. Ah, well, shoot. Maybe some of the other ones were working then, and I'm stupid. Let's grab one of the ones that don't use... yeah, like this one. Okay. Maybe this one actually does work. I need some pretty strong feathering, though, on the edges. Okay. The only issue is it gets cut off, like, on the edge of the sprite, though. Right, so... I don't know, maybe there's a way I could fix that. So that it feathers out when it's on the edges of the sprite. I have an idea on how I can do that. Also, zooming in and out, like, really affects it. Which is too bad. But I guess if it starts from radius 0, it doesn't really matter, technically. It's just a quick little effect, so... See, that is weird, how it's, like... The position of it changes when you move. So, I don't know what's up with that. I guess it's because this one's screen space. I know that we've converted screen space stuff before to world space, but it's kind of weird and complicated because then like zooming also affects it like this. Man. Yeah, I kind of don't want to dive into texture stuff right now, so I'm just gonna hide that. Or not texture stuff, I mean shader stuff. And we're just gonna use these for now. But... excuse me. Maybe another time we'll work on that, though. Anyways. Let's move on here. Want that to be under there. Okay. So final step for this thing then is just saying finish particles. Dot emitting is true. Okay. And that should be it. Yeah. We can go try and test this on through multiplayer. It's kind of tricky to survive in the dungeons on multiplayer, you know, because it's like, you know, you die. I feel like I need a invincible command, you know what I mean? Just to make it so I don't die. Or set my health to something insane. So it doesn't even matter. Maybe. Maybe I should do that. What was the other command? Oh yeah, the cleanup command. I would like to do that, but... Oh. Okay. Okay. Ah. That's on my eye. I'm good. Well, let's try and test this. See if we can get it to work. My lips keep splitting. I keep trying to use chapstick, but lip balm. My apologies. Alright. Multiplayer. Manual. Host. This one. Actually, I'll host autosave, because why not? Multiplayer. Local host. Connect. Just gonna see what these errors are. It's probably not anything. It says node not found and stuff, but no, that's not actually true. What about for session 2? Yeah, I don't know why it always says this stuff. Like, try moving while in the capsule. As the client or server? Server? Okay. Well, I'll do that when I'm in the dungeon. Let's try it. So you're saying I can move while I'm in the capsule? I wasn't able to move. I mean, I'm able to move now, but yeah. I don't know. Okay, so I gotta juggle this. Oh. There we go. Okay, this player goes in. They see it. They see the prompt to start it. So I also want to make sure I can start it, like, from the client, too. You know what? This is what I'll do. I'll just say no clip is true so I can move the client out of harm's way. They might get attacked by the mosquitoes, though. It was only going to Space Hub. I'll try that out in a minute. Okay, so one thing I want to see is if the client can activate the pedestal. Okay, so that did not work. So they should have ran exclusive interact on the server. Oh. I need to say any peer on that. Whoops. And then in start wave, it should have been okay. Okay, well, this sucks. I guess I'll just abandon that room. Go to a different one. So let's go to this one. Let's go over from our client. Let's try this again. I don't know if I can change RPC configurations while the game's open. Okay, I can. Okay, so immediately there's issues. Okay. What are all these errors? Okay, so create timer on a null value. Get tree. That shouldn't happen. So I don't know why it does. Yeah, this happened before. I do wonder if this is the reason for the crashing. But I don't know what the deal is, like why it's not in the tree. And I don't know which breakable that's doing it with. I mean, I imagine it's just because it's just breaking, but it's a little weird. I mean, I guess I can just check if it's inside the tree. But I wonder if there's a better way to do this timer also. Well, I guess not really. Because it's as short as it can be already. I wish there was a way I could just delay it, like 1 tick. I mean, one option is this. I don't know if this would work. I can just say wait. I'll just say if is inside tree await get tree dot process frame, and then I say start hit shake. I'm curious to see if that would work without having to create a timer every single time. Not that this is necessarily an issue, I guess, but I would like it if I could just do it like that. Okay, well, clearly that's an issue then on multiplayer for some reason. Just spilled liquid everywhere. Awesome. Okay. Well, let's try this again. First thing I want to try really quick is just if I can actually, like, the shaking stuff still works on single player. Because changing that should affect it for all the buildings and stuff, so I just want to make sure it's okay. Yes, that actually works just fine. Interesting. So I'm probably gonna just keep it like that with the await thing. The audio still does sound strange, doesn't it? I guess it must be peaking or something. Am I the only one that notices the rock sound? I am gonna have to try that on, like, through Steam and the actual game, because, I mean, maybe it's just a weird editor thing? I don't actually know. Okay, you also notice it? Yeah. It's weird. I don't know what they changed with the audio that would do that, right? I'm not sure. Anyways, let's try this again. Alright, so I'm going to activate it from the client. Let's just hope that it doesn't crash. Okay. No crashing. Hopefully that does fix the issue. Well, one thing that's a little odd is that it did wave 2 out of 4 here. So for somehow the wave got incremented twice on the client, which doesn't make any sense. So we're gonna have to work that out. Okay. And I want to see what happens on the client when I kill this guy. Okay, weird. So it's still on wave 2 on the client. So that makes me wonder if I do it again. That's 7 left? Yeah, I guess there are 7 moon shrooms around. So let's see if it goes to 3 or not. It does not. That's kind of odd. I don't know why it's not incrementing the wave count, right? I gotta work that out. Yeah, why would that not be working? I mean, because it'll do... When you interact, it'll say start wave.rpc. I mean, let's look in case there's like an RPC error. Show item indicator. No. Oh, start wave is not allowed on that. Mode is 2, authority is 1. Oh, is that what's happening? I just have to say if is server. Because I think this happens on exclusive interact, might also happen on for everybody. Let me make sure. Yep, it just does RPC. So that's what was happening. Probably. So whenever you would click on it, it would run it for, yeah, all the people. Oh, and so also now I realize that, like, with this, with enemies kill.connect start wave, that needs to be start wave.rpc. And that's probably why I wasn't updating after the fact. So I'm actually just gonna restart the game, and we're gonna check this now. This will probably fix it. Oh. Man, I'm hungry. I've eaten anything today. Shouldn't be said the if statement. Oh, yeah, you're totally right. It's because... Yep. Thank you for noticing that. Okay, let's try this. Autosave. Multiplayer. Local host. Got an eye for bugs? Yeah, it's epic. I appreciate it. Okay, let's see what happens here. Hopefully everything works and it updates when I kill a guy and stuff like that. Let's see though. It's hard. One thing annoying about the embedded window is having a game window and the other one open. I mean, I can do this, but man, now I can't read anything, so... I guess that's the only downside to it that I've noticed. Oh, we can do that. That's way better. Okay. The launch sound only sounds weird because it's playing on the client and the server at the same time. So it has like a weird tinny sound. So don't worry about it. It doesn't actually sound like that. It's just because there's two playing at the same time. And I think there's just like a, you know, like a 1 millisecond delay. And so it sounds really weird and like tinny. Alright, so let's try this out. I'm actually gonna activate it from the client. Okay, that looked good. Oh god. No clip true. Oh, defend yourself, server. Okay. Almost died. Can I no clip? Nope. God mode 1. I'm actually kind of thinking about it, man. Because it would be nice for testing, right? To not have to die. Okay. So if I kill this guy, it should update all the stuff. The orb should turn blue. It should do the sound twice. There we go. That's looking pretty promising. We're gonna finish out this wave. Or finish out the whole thing and then see. But so far, so good. Where's the shroom? Where's the other mushroom? I see you! Oh, I missed him. No, leave him alone! Okay. Did it update over here? Yep, 3 out of 20. And then also shows 20 enemies, which is correct. Yeah. Nice. It's a bloodbath out here. Coin bath, dude, honestly. I guess these challenge rooms are a good way to farm coins. Maybe the trick to fixing the challenge room balance would just make it so the enemies don't drop things. I might actually do that. Just because it's like... The idea of the challenge room is not to farm coins or get health. It's to be challenged, you know? So I might actually do that. No, he died. It's okay.
Starground next Minecraft.
Thank you, Robbie. I appreciate it. Bullies, I know. They just swarm him and he's screwed. He's got no defense. Let's make sure. Yeah, 13 enemies. Cool. Alright, those guys are dead. Kill that punk. I think it'll also help with all the clutter if they don't drop items. Alright, so let's make sure that this effect plays for both sides. So yeah, orbs are in the correct state. If I hit this guy, it should do it. Well, it worked. It didn't play the particle for some reason. I'll have to double check on that. Also, I don't know why he's freaking out over here. Oh, it's because no clip is true on... Okay. I have to make sure this navigation block has no masking. Oh, it's just because the finished particles were invisible. I don't know why I made them invisible. Do the music for the game? No, I did not. Did not do the music. I did all the programming and art and sounds and all that stuff, except the music. So yeah. And typically the like concept art for enemies and the design of enemies is Dylan's job, so I don't usually do that either. And I did the art and programming, yeah. Tower defense gameplay. There is actually, that was something we talked about a long time ago, funny enough. I always thought it would be kind of cool to have like a tower defense kind of thing, you know? Just being able to like, man, this is a good haul. 2 night vision goggles is crazy. 2 of everything. I don't know what's up. I mean, I know it's just random chance, so I know that's fine. But it's just funny. We're rich. Yeah. See, that's the whole idea of the challenge rooms is like, yeah, it's going to be really hard, but if you beat them, though, you know, pretty good stuff. I'm getting these errors. Despawn received, error unauthorized. I don't know why. And he keeps complaining about this. Unable to get the RPC configuration for the function appear. Now, it could be that I edited something and resaved the game. I don't know. Client creating items. I can double check on that, but I don't think so. I think we just did get randomly lucky. Because it only created 1 blight bone, which makes me think that it didn't I think it's just funny that it's 2 of each. I don't think it actually, you know. But let's go make sure. And we can also just go check another challenge chest. Yeah, it only does it if it's on the server, so we should be okay. But let's just go run through a quick little challenge room again just to make sure it's not weird. But I think it'll be fine. I think it was just by chance. Hey, Celix, thank you so much for the raid. I really appreciate it. Welcome in. I'll give you a shout out in 1 second here. What's going on? Oops, I did 2 slashes. Yeah, welcome in, everyone. We're currently working on some dungeon stuff. I added in this challenge room. Thank you for the hydrate. Added in this challenge room, which is like a wave-based room. So I'm kind of just getting that working with multiplayer right now, but it's going good. Anyways, let me read everything in here. Yeah, welcome in, everyone. Said I was saying I need to pay more attention. Then you have an amazing fishing mechanic. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, I can show that off in a minute. Let's also snooze that ad. Thank you for the cheese time. I appreciate it. But yeah, we're just messing around with this. What were you up to today, Settlix, in your stream? What's going on? More cheese. God, these mosquito guys. Well, they're only hard because they follow me into the void. It's getting pretty cheesy in here, guys. This guy had the nerve to say you need a fishing mechanic. Like, bro, your radio was working on it. Let's go. Yeah. No, we'll show that off in a minute. Not another one, no. There's so much cheese. There's a lot of cheese, guys. Careful now. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just gonna beat this wave room really quick, and then we can go do the other stuff. I'm kind of just checking if the item spawning is fine. I think it was just random chance, but we got like 2 of everything, so I'm just making sure it's not like duplicating the items on the client or something, because that would be a little weird. Yeah, we're good. Okay, yeah, we're fine. We got 3 blight bones this time. Or no, 4. That's crazy. Alright, there goes the cheese. Thank you for the cheese time, gamers. Let's get time reverting away from that Unity behavior graph and going back to my own NPC state machines. Okay. Yeah, it was a productive and chatty time today. Nice. It's always good. I kind of really love the control you have over like creating your own systems with stuff like that. There's been a couple times where like I was gonna use a plugin or something, and then I just decided like I'm just gonna make my own because it's just, I don't know. For some things like that, I need that fine-tuned control, and being able to understand how it works is really important sometimes too. So yeah, definitely get that. Yeah, it looks like the wave room's working just fine on multiplayer then. It should have updated all the things over here, yeah. And we can open it on the client. Epic. So the wave room is done, yeah. Only thing I'm gonna change is make it so they don't drop things, because it just feels weird, because you farm 1,000,000 coins when you do these challenge rooms, and so I think it's probably not a good idea to make them drop things. But yeah. Love the idea of the wave room. Always good to have a straightforward challenge area with the promise of reward. Yeah, I think it's fun because it's like, it's just nice to add in more things to do in the dungeons, right? And more challenges and more choices, right? That's one of the big things that I'm really trying to like hit hard is like, you know, making people have to decide, can I do this or not? Because then it feels like, if they lose or something, or the enemies kill them, it's like, it's not the dungeon's fault, like it was their decision that they made to do it, right? And so I think that's kind of a good thing. But because then it's like next time you go into the dungeon, it's like they can think like, okay, I know I'm not ready for that, so I'm not gonna do that until I get this other part or upgrade my weapon. So it kind of gives people goals, you know, where it's like, oh, I couldn't beat the challenge room, now I know what I need to focus on, like get my weapon strong enough so I can, and stuff like that, right? Or go make some better food. Thank for the hydrate. But yeah. Yeah, it's really nice feeling how the exact same mental architecture to it, yeah, is used for everything else, exactly, right? Yeah, that's for smaller special summon enemies, might not summon with extra items, yeah. Absolutely, gotta give them combat levers, a lot of reasons to fight, exactly, yeah. And I think it's great, like, having the chest visible immediately, because you know, just through show, you know, not tell, that, yeah, you probably get to open this chest if you start the onslaught and finish it. Yeah, so... yeah, I think it's good. I think this will be a nice addition to the dungeons. And it just, yeah, it gives people that have, like, kind of gotten really good weapons and stuff to be able to do something that's not so easy. But yeah. Also, yeah, you asked if there's a keybind for sorting. I mean, you can middle click. I don't know if I've set that keybind in the controls or not, though. I probably haven't. Full screen start chat. Yeah, I have not done that, so I can go ahead and do that. Middle click sort keybind. Okay. Cool. Well, doesn't look like we're duplicating items, so I think we're good to go. I was just making sure that wasn't happening. Anyways, fishing. You wanted to see the fishing, right? Let me do that. I'm gonna get out of multiplayer really quick, though. So let's stop running 2 instances. Also, we have ads starting in 1 minute. My apologies. I did the 1 snooze credit, but now I'm out, so... but yeah. Is that grass on the pillar? Yeah, I think there's one tile that's... we can go fix that really quick. I noticed that when I was battling. Let's go do that super quick. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for this ad to finish really quick before we start going over the fishing stuff. But... getting a little Forager from the art style? Yeah, that's totally fair. Definitely, like, Forager was kind of the big inspiration to actually get started on the game, right? Not necessarily a positive inspiration, I think like a negative inspiration, you know what I mean? Where I was so disappointed by them abandoning the game that that's why I started working on this one, so. And also trying to fix the errors of what I think they did in Forager, you know? Okay, let's wait for this ad to finish, and then we will go do a little bit of fishing. Yeah, the fishing's fun. I think I'm pretty happy with how the little mini game works. It doesn't feel like too unfair, and you can get the weapon components that, or the artifacts that make it easier to fish, so. Man, I have 1 million coins now, don't I? Yeah. Getting quite rich. Alright. Let's drop off more items. One of these days, I am going to have to worry about storage solutions in Starground. Because we're starting to kind of get to that point where items are, you know, really starting to fill up. I do have some ideas for that, actually, and I think some of them are... I have a cool idea. You guys will see that. Alright. Ads are over. My apologies, everybody. So, fishing. Let's talk about fishing. So, to get started with the fishing, you have to head over to the Space Hub. And there you can buy a license so that you unlock the fishing rod. So, by default, it's not in here. I just have the shovel unlocked. But if I talk to this guy, there's the fishing license right here. Yeah, very realistic, yeah. So now I actually have the fishing rod unlocked and my tools, and you can You can cast out wherever you want, although obviously it's not going to do anything if you cast on a land. So there's some fish in here. Why not fish here? Let's catch this guy right here. So when you cast out, it's kind of like in Animal Crossing, if anyone's done the fishing there, where the fish will like see the bobber and then bite towards it a couple times. That time I just got an instant bite, and then this is more Stardew Valley like. There's this fish that moves around and you have to rotate it around. So I got a salmon. It's 56 centimeters. Pretty epic. But yeah, that's basically how the fishing mechanic is set up. There's a bunch of different fish you can catch. There's a really rare one called the bootfish. Yeah, that is super rare. And also extremely difficult to catch. You know instantly when you're catching it. Yeah, copper wire, awesome. But yeah, it works pretty well. Puffer fish. And then once you, you know, fish up all the fish, you can go over to this goober and sell them. So like, I've got my puffer fish, I'm gonna sell him for 2 coins. Sell my salmon, clownfish. So yeah, it works pretty well. So yeah, thank you for the follow. US dev using centimeters. Yeah, I use centimeters because I don't use centimeters and I have no context for what those mean. But I understand that the majority of people use centimeters, so I'm going to use centimeters. Because I want everyone else to understand what I'm trying to say. I'm probably going to add in an option eventually in here that's just converts between the two, or like what unit you use. Probably just in here or something. Just, you know, imperial or metric. So I'll definitely do that. And then I'll just have it convert automatically so that if you catch a 58 centimeter, it converts into inches to display and stuff. So, yeah. Is there a game warden that comes up? Not yet. I actually do have an idea maybe at some point for adding in like a sheriff in the space hub, so that if you like start killing some of these guys or something, he gets angry at you and like arrests you. You know? Or yeah, it'd be fun if you were fishing in the pond, like he gets angry at you or something. I think it'd be fun. But yeah. I don't know. Eventually. It's kind of just a random extra thing though, so I don't know if I'll do it yet. But yeah. Yeah, there's a big fish in here. We can try and catch him. It might be hard because I don't have any fishing rod upgrades, so it's really difficult to catch them without upgrading first. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to catch them. I'm just gonna let them go. So yeah, when fish are too difficult to catch, you can go over to the fishing guy and he sells better reels. So let's just go ahead and go straight for the ultimate reel, because why not? Of course, it takes time to like build up money and get that, but centimeters is superior. I kind of agree. I mean, even though I understand inches better, I know centimeters are the superior unit. So I relinquish. I accept that fact. But yeah. Also, how's it going, Troopin'? Welcome in. Excuse me. I'm done, I promise. You guys think they have the answers for if we should be using inches or centimeters, but really women should have a say in this decision? Yeah. You know, polls down where women were asked if they prefer 12 inches, 12 centimeters. Well, yeah. Okay, let's try this fish. Yeah, these big guys sell. Oops, I opened my inventory. Yeah, the big guys sell for a lot more. I think they'll sell for like 10 or 15 coins or something. I don't remember. I have to go look. Let's go, another sunfish. Yeah, these guys are pretty big. Sometimes you have to kind of bend reality a little bit. And in real life, sunfish are enormous and they would be like 5 times the size of the player, but you know, not everything can be exactly like real life. I want to get a goblin shark because those guys are funny. There we go. Check him out. And then, yeah, that's the whole fishing mechanic. And then at some point in the future, I'm going to get it set up so that different zones have different kinds of fish. So maybe like there's exclusive fish inside of here and like the Ocean of Viridian. And then also in the dungeons, I want those to be dungeon specific fish, right? So, but yeah. If we use the fish guy as a base, we can calculate the size of Starground guy. Yeah. You can technically, although it's going to be wildly, it's going to be crazy because some of the fish are like not the right size as they are in real life. So, but I guess I would say probably the trout and stuff like that is pretty lore accurate to real life, I guess. I don't know. So the Starground guy is about I don't know how big the trout is. I think on average it's about like 10 inches or something. So the Starground guy is probably pretty small. I always imagine the Starground guy as being like 2 feet tall, you know? So hey, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Because everybody that he talks to or interacts with is like usually at least twice his size. You know? Like this guy's pretty big compared to him. I thought I heard clicking. No, I didn't. Wait, did I? No, I think it's just spit or something. I don't know. Yeah, dwarf is attacking Steam. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, the Starground guy is tiny, right? And like, look at these benches compared to the Starground guy. So, yeah, I think the Starground guy is a tiny guy. Like 2 feet. You have a banana for scale? Yeah. Yeah, I should add a banana in the Starground. But yeah, if you want, do a game theory type video where you count the pixels in the trout sprite and get the average size of the trout and compare it to the number of pixels in the player sprite and get a true size estimate if you want. Anyways. Cool. Well, that's working now. What did I say in the stream title? Oh yeah, revisiting questing. I want to do that. So I think it's time to do that. Sorry, I'm just killing fish. You know, it'd be. One thing I do actually want to check really quick though is just to make sure. I'm sure it's fine, but I changed the scale of the poison clouds for the. Oh, I caught it. Oh, chic. Yeah, so somehow you can still move when you go into the dungeon and you launch, which is weird. It seems like it's only sometimes. Am I the client? No? Well, that's definitely odd. It's not like a major issue, I guess, but yeah, I would like to fix that, so I'll write that down. Also, that threw an error, didn't it? Oh, was that an error in the second client? Oh, I don't know. Let's go kill the boss really quick. I just want to test the second level zone and make sure that we're good to go. I gotta walk all the way down. All right. Yeah, I just want to make sure that the poison clouds are indeed half size. So it should be. I don't see why not, but all right, let's go. Oh, okay, no, we can still spawn in enemies. Let's just make sure. Okay, yeah, that's much better. Before they were double the size, and it would just kind of get a little crazy trying to fight these guys when there was that much poison around. Now it's actually incredibly easy because I have a gas mask, so they don't do damage to me. So that's kind of nice. Let's kill that goober. Oh, let's see, we gotta... Trout's frame between 6 to 22 inches, average is 14. Your trout is 16 pixels wide, but it's slightly curved. So I'd say that's 20 pixels long. So 1 pixel is 1 inch, or 1.4 inches. Okay. So then if you said the trout is 20 pixels long times 1.4, the player is, yeah, 28 inches long. Or tall. So divide by 12. So yeah, they're about 2 feet tall. Oh man. Yeah, that's what I always imagined anyways. Yeah, inches I can understand. I don't know what centimeters are. Inches 2 centimeters. So if he's 28 inches, then he's 71 centimeters tall. So he's pretty short. I've gotten much better about Celsius, like kind of understanding Celsius just in a more casual sense. Of like how 20 Celsius is like a pretty nice temperature, you know? Obviously 0 is freezing and 100 is boiling. But I guess just understanding that in more of a practical way, right? Instead of someone saying, oh yeah, it was 17 Celsius out, and then I have to convert to Fahrenheit to know what it feels like, right? But I still have to work on centimeters. I do actually use centimeters a lot because they're better. Like when I'm 3D modeling stuff, like practical parts that I use for things, I always do my measurements in centimeters and model everything in centimeters. So... I don't know, it just depends. The only thing I use inches and feet for is just kind of trying to understand the scale of something. So I can say like, something's 20 feet tall and in my head I can visualize how big it is, right? I don't think I could do that with centimeters. Yeah, anyways, let's get out of this dungeon. I'm just gonna TP00. It's raining! Isn't the player 16 pixels tall? Oh, what did I do? Oh, was I stupid? Oh, I was getting the size of the trout. I'm dumb. 16 times 1.4. He's 22 inches. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. But he's still basically 2 feet. Yeah, I guess I don't know math, guys. I'm sorry. It's a weird feet fetish. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know why they're called feet. They're not even really that close to the size of a foot, I feel like. So I don't know what's up. It's kind of a scam, if you ask me. Guys, I may be a religious figure right now. I may be walking on water. It's fun to go walk down to Tyria. Or over to the space hub. Move speed 200. Oh, that's too much, that's too much. Move speed 50. It's funny that you can see the rain particles like trail behind me. You know? It might be impossible to see on stream, but... I'm at the space hub, let's go down to Tyria. I don't want to get lost now, do I? Here we go. I've never actually done anything on Tyria in this save, so it's just empty. But I probably should. God. Man. I am glad I added in commands, because it's just fun to, like, I don't know, mess around, you know? I wonder why there's such a big gap between these two. I guess it's in case I want to increase the maximum world size, probably. Bit rate is pretty good? Okay. I would think it would suck right now, but, yeah. Tyria is the other planet in Starground, so if you, let me go over to the main world so it's not stupid. You can go into the Star Launcher and teleport to Tyria. So, here, let's set our move speed back to normal. But this planet's underwater, so It just has different resources and stuff. The two things that you find here are cobalt and uranium. So that you can build nuclear reactors with the uranium. But yeah, that's what Terra is all about. And there's some ruins here. I added in the ruins so you can actually escape, because like when you land here, there's no star launcher, which is a big problem. But with the materials that you get from the ruins, you can build a star launcher here. So I think it's set up so you can pretty much always build the star launcher. Technically, there's a very slim chance that you don't actually get the iron needed for the star launcher. I don't think that has ever happened before, though. I think you'd have to get insanely unlucky. It's probably like 1 in a million, so I think it's okay. Because, I mean, these drop like 3, so, I mean, as long as you get like just a couple of them, you should be okay. But yeah, and then these also drop stone, the basalt, so... But yeah, that's sort of how the automation stuff is set up in Starground, where I want all the automation to be on like separate planets. In a game like Factorio, a lot of the... I mean, I know there's the Space Age expansion, but most of the base game like kind of takes place on one planet. I'm kind of breaking it up, I think, a lot more into other planets where you do a little bit on the main planet and then you go to other planets for other resources, right? So... I just kind of like that like progression where you have like a checkpoint in a way. But yeah, I think it's also like I don't know. It's fun to have. It's also a great way to just add more space to build and stuff, and just have a more varied game. I think there's nothing wrong with having everything happen on one planet, but I think breaking it up into multiple is nice because it also lets me do a bunch of things. Like I can do more wacky buildings and materials, because if I tried to do everything on one planet, I think it would get really strange. So yeah, watch over the deep tile monster. Yeah, where is he? I'm looking for him. Oh, that's him right there. It's hard to tell like this, but like those two look like eyes and there's like a mouth. It's just funny. Really have the color palette here. Well, yeah, thank you. Yeah, I made it like purple because I guess the whole idea with this planet is that it's like a very mineral heavy planet. So like the sand here is made out of ruby or something. There's gemstones that you extract out of the water. So you can like give self gemstone. But yeah. And of course you gotta build down here, so you need this research so that you can build these. Yeah, the whole kind of progression with this plan is that you come here to mine initially, and then you just head back to Viridian to process your ores. But then you can come back and start actually building stuff here once you have cobalt ingots. So you can build these pressure zones, like this, and this will create a little enclosed area that can withstand the deep sea pressures. Let's also put a airlock down. I need a plastic. Like that. And then you can put down a pressure pump, which I need rotors for. And then, boom. The room is pressurized. And then once it's pressurized, you can build whatever you want in here and it works. So like normally you can't build a furnace and stuff out in the water because, well, it's underwater, so it wouldn't really make sense. But when you build a pressurized zone, you create a little enclosed area to place this stuff down, so that's the whole idea of this zone. I think it's pretty fun. I would like to add, I don't know, maybe some more substance to the progression on this planet. I mean, it definitely does have some progression, like you get the pressurized buildings and you get reactors here and better Tesla coils, so I mean, I think it, and space elevators, so I think it's fine. I would like to add a couple more researches though, maybe, or like maybe this is sort of where you start your journey of like module crafting or whatever I name those. I do want to start getting the system set up for like building modulation. So for example, if you have like a crafter, hold on. Iron ingot 99. you can like open up a menu and put some kind of like upgrade chip into it to increase the speed or power consumption or something, right? Which I think it could be a really fun thing to do. The reason why I want to add that system is because it helps with like scale. If you can upgrade your machines, you don't have to build as big, which helps with performance. I mean, I've definitely you know, optimized Starground a lot, but it's never going to get to the spot that something like Factorio is. It's just I don't have the manpower or the skill. So I think adding in features to make it feel better to not have to expand is good. I feel like the ground is kind of boring. Yeah, different ground tiles like in Don't Starve would upgrade it a lot. Yeah, I have a couple in here, like these little rocks and stuff, but I mean, yeah, I totally agree. One thing I've always thought about doing is kind of having like a noise map that applies to the tile set and modulates it. I would have to do that with a shader though, so not gonna do that yet, but I think it could be interesting though. I could just like kind of automatically add in some noise and some color noise, you know. Again, I'll have to figure out how I want to do that exactly. I guess I could just use a big noise texture and just apply it. I think you can just apply a shader to the tile map. I don't actually know though if you can do that, so I'll have to figure that out. What are these? Just like little grass bits or something. Yeah, one thing I would love to add onto this planet is just more wildlife. Like just random fish guys that swim around, or like some crabs, I think could be fun. I wanted to do that initially, or have like dangerous enemies here, but I just didn't have the time, you know. But that's the thing, is like I can always go back and upgrade those things, because one thing now is I have a whole system for animals, so it's not that big of a deal for me to add in something like that now. Because guess what, gamers? We already do it on Viridian. The fish spawn in the oceans around, right? So those are animals. And it's pretty easy to implement that same mechanic over to Tyria. So, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something like that. You also do get a performance overhead, of course, with that, right? Where it's like having a bunch of animals sitting around. Yeah, I do think Predators would be fun over there. Just to spice it up a little bit. Like, they wouldn't be very difficult, and they'd probably be mainly passive, or like only attack you if you're really close to them, but I would love a little more danger, you know, going to other planets. But yeah. We need seed finders for Starground, yeah. It probably wouldn't be very hard. I'm sure I've pressed F3 and you can see my seed. but yeah, no, it would be cool though to like create an algorithm that analyzes the tile layout, and it keeps changing it until you find, yeah, it could be fun. Yeah. So hey, Leaf, what's up? How's the game dev? It's going pretty good. I was just working on a special challenge room thing, and that's pretty much ready to go. Just adding in a couple bits and bobs that I didn't get around to for the last update. Or for, you know, 0.16, or not 0.16, 0.12. One thing we're going to get started on pretty soon in a minute is questing. I'm going to figure out how I want to have that whole system working. I think I'm going to have IDs for different kinds of quests. So one is like, kill number of enemies, or collect these items, and we'll figure it out. I'm not exactly sure yet, but yeah. How does the night look there? Oh, on Tyria? Yeah, it basically looks the same as, like, everywhere else. I can set the time. 0? Oh, it's just... I don't do set. Sometimes my Minecraft brain takes control. Oh, I did a slash. Then we can go to Tyria. Yeah, so it's just dark on here. But yeah. I guess it's a little bit darker here, probably because of the overlay. It looks like it darkens things for some reason. Because like when I go inside, it gets brighter. I'm not exactly sure why that happens. But the distortion shader, yeah, it's fine. Sometimes it's a little tricky to get working exactly how I want. Glowing animals would be great. Yeah, I would love to do that. I imagine it's like deep sea, right? So it would be cool to have like, yeah, some cool animals and stuff. Welcome back, Oshik. Okay. So let's go fix the really quickly to make the enemies stop dropping things. Let's just go to on generate enemies. I want to have another variable that I can pass through, which will say whether enemies will drop things. So I'm just going to say drop items is true. And then in here where I add the enemy, I'm just going to say if drop items, then enemy dot... Is it just called drop items? Let's go look at that. Some enemies won't drop items by default, so I won't override that behavior, but I will drop loot. That's probably a better word for it anyways. So if not drop items. So that'll be, yeah, drop loot is true. And then if we don't drop the loot, then set it forcibly to false so that they don't drop anything. Okay. Looks like we have an ad starting in 1 minute. My apologies. But yeah, anyways, then once we do that, it's really easy because we just go in here and we just say whenever we run generate enemies, say drop loot is false. And it should work, but let's just go make sure really quick. I probably don't even have to relaunch the game. Yeah, so it just stops them from dropping a million. So, okay, the only enemy that'll drop things in here is the offspring of the slime. What I probably want to do is make it so that the drop loot variable is synced from the parent. Well, I don't know, that's what's tricky, because the big slimes by default don't drop loot, right? Which is the difficulty of this. It's the only enemy that's ever going to be a thing with. So I kind of think maybe I'll just leave it like that. I think it's fine, because it's the one little bonus of the challenge room with the baby slimes. You can get some loot. I don't know how I would change that anyways. I'd have to have another variable that's like, you know, override drop loot or something. I don't even know. That makes sure none of them drop loot. But it's kind of a lot of setup for one enemy that does that. So I don't know. I wasn't expecting to do a whole wave, but I guess we're locked in. Oh. Okay. And then yeah, now that this is working, we will go start messing around with questing stuff. Because I want to at least like kind of jump into that a little bit. Oh, so many mole guys. There we go. What do we get? Nice. A nice variety. It's always the best with artifacts. Cool. I don't really need any of them, but I guess I can grab them. I mean, why not? Yeah, frick it. Alright. TP00. I forgot that enemies drop artifacts and stuff. It's really rare, but yeah. You add more particles, like for each wave done and stuff. I could probably do that. I could make it so it does that big particle thing every single time a wave is completed. Just to make it more obvious. So that every time you beat a wave, it goes, you know. What do you think about that? Could do that. Or the orb can pulse particles. Yeah. I could also do that. I think we should put a vote on the Patreon. On Satalex's Patreon. Yeah. Let's see. The orb. So when the orb gets activated, yeah, we could do something. Also in here, I think I should set or no, I can't do shake X. It'd be cool if I could though. But then I have to have all the stuff set up for buildings. And I have no control over Seto's Patreon, so I know he keeps trying to hand over things to me, but I'm like, yeah. Do whatever you want to do. I'll probably add in some particles, yeah. It would be cool if this was a building, because then I can use the shake function. Which would be very nice. I can just make it so it doesn't have the collision layer, so you can't break it. Yeah, it should be fine. Because then what I can say is that when we activate it, I can say shake X is equal to 10. I don't know if we really need to start a poll. I mean, I agree. I think it's a good idea. So I don't know. But let's just do some particles here. I'm just going to paste this one on, but we'll probably change it. And this one will be around the orb with index of 0. Here, reset the transform. Show behind parent. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Maybe we just make the velocity a little smaller so it doesn't shoot out as a wide. And maybe fewer particles. Yeah. Oops, I didn't set it. What? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so that'll run whenever the orb, like, locks down into place, which I think is good. So yeah, that should be fine. Then I'll just say finish particles dot emitting is true. And that should only happen once because it's one shot. Yeah. Alright. Cool. We can try that out in game really quick. I probably have to restart. Especially now that this is inherits a new thing. So this should be fine, I think. Having the building ID and all that business. Yeah, we should be good. Some one-shot reference? Dude, I can't believe they put a one-shot reference in Godot. That's crazy. It's insane. Ugh. No, I leaked the translation chat. I forgot the wave. There we go. Godot also has a changed reference. Yeah. On tile map signals, that's insane. Man, they're really putting a lot of references into the engine. That's crazy. So let's make sure it worked. Hopefully it does. It would be cool if there was a challenge room exclusive music. Let's see here. Yeah, it did the particles, so we're good. Again, I would like to get that shockwave shader set up, but I have to set it up so that it's world space and not screen space, and that it fades out at the edges. So it's kind of a whole process. One that I'm not going to get into. One remains. Oh. I know the enemy spawning is kind of lame also, how they just kind of pop into existence. I do want to change that. I don't know what the best method is. I might just have like some kind of... I died because I wasn't trying very hard. Maybe I'll just kind of have like a... I don't know. Like a little spawner thing that they walk out of or something. I don't know. But then it's like a question of like, do you do that for all the rooms? I'm just not gonna bother with that. It could have animations of them spawning in where they like stand up or something, but animating that is a lot of work. So I'm probably not gonna do that. Okay. But yeah, it's fine for now. Yeah, this is a good combo to have the gas mask and the poison gun, because then you can just shoot on top of yourself. Then you actually could do 0 range on this, like this, and just go for full speed to have more poison. This might actually be an interesting build. Just like this. So you could just poison everyone. Let's try it out. Yeah. it's kind of good actually. He still takes damage when he's invisible, which I think is kind of funny. I mean, it makes sense, so I'm not even gonna fix it. I mean, I guess you could put some range on this gun. It might be better. Yeah, it'd probably be good to have range on the gun. It's nice for AoE though. Like I imagine in the later waves when there's like a million guys, it's probably kind of good actually. There's one in there. Let's kill these guys. Yeah, having a little bit of range would be good. Probably just with a scope on top. Where's the other guys? Here's one. I just want to see if I can do it with this gun. It's kind of close though. I don't have any food. Oh, I died. Yeah, poison and mask combo is kind of awesome. I'm just gonna exit out so I don't lose my stuff. All right. So, I think it's time to lock in a little bit more on the questing. Yeah, awesome synergy. It's just like Blatro, guys. It's identical to Blatro. The synergies, the multipliers. So here's our quest board. Still need to think about the formatting of this, right? It's hard. Because, like... Oh. Because what is the format I want to do my quests in? Right. I'm just thinking here. And also, how do we save the quests and stuff like that, so... It's generational cooked. No, I know, it's like a Binding of Isaac. It's like Nubby, yeah, Nubby's Number Factory. It's just like Nubby's Number Factory. Okay, so for quests, I'm probably gonna do like an ID system for the quests where the ID changes what type of quest it is. It's definitely gonna be tricky, especially if it's loaded per player. Let's see here. So let's say you accept a quest. I guess, or first, how do we even display the quests? I'm probably just gonna run through and add in awesome placeholder text, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty epic. I'm probably just gonna loop through a list of the different types, the different IDs for quests, and randomly add them. And I'll probably have another variable in there that checks, like, if that quest ID is a one-time quest or not, right? Yeah, that needs to be changed from purchase. That'll just be, I'm going to change the button to action because it's going to do different things depending on the phase of the quest. So, yeah, having like a bool for whether a quest is a one-time quest or not is probably good, because then I can have a quest that you can only do once as like a main story quest. Kind of like a state machine. Yeah. Oh, with the button, like different states. But yeah, because there's like when you are about to accept the quest, when you have completed the quest, and then when the quest is active. It's just state machine filled. Yeah. Also, hey, over on YouTube, welcome in. How's it going? Yeah, I think an ID system thing is probably going to work. And then I can have a list of completed quests so that I can keep track of what's been finished. And that'll just basically be a list of the ID of the quest and probably a number indicating how many times you've done it. That way I can check, like, how many item collection quests have you done? And how many, you know. Obviously, for a lot of those, for the main mission ones, it's just going to be one. But it's good to be able to, you know the difference, I think. Okay. And then that also means I can get a total count of how many quests have been completed. Not that it really matters, but... Almost out of game ideas, which I thought was impossible. Yeah. It's so hard. I know we talked about that last stream, but yeah, it's hard to come up with game ideas, isn't it? Man, why does my eye hurt? I don't know why, but for some reason when I look to the left with my right eye, it hurts. Or to the right, I guess. I guess my eye's just sore? Is that normal? Is my eye supposed to hurt? It's probably okay. I don't know what would make my muscles sore, though, in my eye. Maybe I just got hit in the eye or something. Rockmox absolutely destroyed me. Oh, yeah. Man. You could mess around with multiplayer if you're up for a challenge. That, or like... I have 3 days left. No! That's all over, guys. I have the syndrome, the eye syndrome. It's terminal. Overcooked but train? That'd be cool. What if it was like you had to sort the cargo on the train or something? Or I don't know. Or you have to like throw things, because I imagine with a train there's going to be the mechanic of throwing things off of the train. So the question is, what are you throwing off the train? I don't know. Yeah, because like if you're gonna do a train game, I feel like you've got to use the train mechanics, you know. Oh, your idea is to keep it running. Yeah, that would be pretty cool, actually. That's a good idea, actually. You should do that. I should do that. Well, I'm not going to do it because it's your idea, but that's a cool idea, though. Yeah, maybe I should clean my eye with cold water. Maybe. I don't know. I wonder if that would just irritate it more, though. I've got eye drops that I can use, so I'll probably do that. Terminal is such a funny English word. You can either be terminally ill or you can go to the airport terminal. Yeah. There's a lot of words like that that have multiple meanings. I imagine for somebody that doesn't know English, it's really difficult to know the difference. Yeah. Don't get me started on through, though, thorough, all those ones. Or they, there, then, than. Yeah. How to understand multiplayer. I'm always happy to help with multiplayer stuff. It's not too bad once you get the basics. But yeah. That is a kind of a cool idea of keeping the train running. Yeah. That would be a fun game, actually. Well, let me know if you capitalize that on that idea, because if not, you know, I'll put it down in the list of future game ideas. But only with your blessing. I'm not going to take ideas. Okay. So we got the list here. So this list is going to have all the items in here. And that's going to be like the buttons that you click to activate a quest or to select it. Okay. And then I probably also want to have like, see, this is the other thing where it gets a little more complicated is probably right, having like a separation of active quests and new quests so that you can have like, it shows a list of your current quests and you can go here and cancel quests and stuff that you don't want to do anymore. So yeah. I'm also probably going to have a list of requirements for quests so that you have to finish a previous quest before you can do the next one, stuff like that. So that's another thing. I guess let's get started on the actual formatting for the quests. Resources. I'll just create a new resource. Create a resource, and this is going to be a resource, and this is going to be quests table. Don't want to call it quests because some of these are inconsistent. We have buildings, effects, commands, unlocks, but then we also have shop and research. But research is plural. Regions, but it's only a recipe table. Loot. Items. I guess it seems like usually I keep it as plural, so quests. Quests table. Where'd that even get created? Oh. Okay, well, it's there. Okay, I just didn't see it, I guess. And then create a new script, which is quests. Quest table. Quest table. Quests table. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. Extends resource. Add that on to the script. Okay. So, like these other ones in here, it's going to have the table as a dictionary. So quests table. All right, now this is going to have a couple different variables. So Starground quest, gather items. That's going to be one of them. Starground quest. Kill enemies. And then those are going to have their own entries on things, right? So first things first is probably going to be a name for the quest. We're going to have required quests. And that's going to be an array. Statically type them. I can do that. Quest table is a dictionary. String and dictionary. That's how you do it, right? Yeah. I can't type the sub dictionaries unless I define them up here. Because, like, I can't just say, you know, I can't do dictionary here, I don't think. No. But it doesn't matter. Or, like, especially with sub ones here, like, I can't, yeah, but whatever. Maybe one day they'll add support for that, which would be kind of nice. And then also on some of these, I want to have a time. Exception is not implemented, yeah. Like, time. And so, default 0 will just be, like, infinite time. But on some of these, I want them to expire in case it's like a, you know, you got to get it done quick. And then I'm going to have rewards. Oh, could you do that? I mean, does that work? Oh, it doesn't? Okay. But yeah, they should add that. Alright, so rewards is going to be a list of items along with their quantity. So it's basically just going to be this, which is ID and then amount. One ID is Starground. Wood, something like that. So that should work pretty well. What if it was implemented, it would work? Yeah. Yeah, that would be nice. Hopefully, someday they do that. So I'm just trying to think of any other keys we would need for quests. We have the name, which is gathering items. Which other quests are required? So that's going to be a list of quest IDs, just to make sure that you've finished a quest before. I'll be right back. Give me 1 second, everybody. I'm back. Alright. Are there any other things that we need for quests? The name? Oh yeah, duh, we need a description. That's probably pretty important. Welcome back. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it. How's it going? Welcome in. The required quests. The time of the quest, so 0 will just be infinite time. And then the rewards that you get from the quest. So, yeah. Now, in some of these, I probably want to randomize things like this. Like being able to randomize the rewards. You know, and stuff like that. I might just do that. Or maybe what I could do is say... For rewards, I could pass in an optional one, which is, instead of being a static reward like this, I can pass in a a loot table ID. So, spaced out with Minecraft for the last 5 hours. Doing good. Nice. Yeah, Minecraft is fun every once in a while. Minecraft. It's been hard for me to enjoy it, though. I just get so tired of it, you know? Modded can be kind of fun, but I've been playing Vintage Story a little bit. It's kind of fun. It's hard and annoying, but it's also fun to explore things again and not know what I'm doing. Maybe we'll do a Vintage Story stream. Maybe on Wednesday. If you guys want. You can play the new crate update. I do really want to play that. It seems cool being able to do all the storage stuff. I would love to try that out. Quest, gather items. Gather items, description. Now, this one I'm not sure how I'm going to do. I'm probably going to... See, that's the thing with quests, and especially with modding, is like, how do you know when you've completed the quest, right? So that's the one thing I'm thinking about, which is like, I don't know. Yeah. That one's a little tricky. Because, like, without modding, it's easy. I can just add in the code bits where I need to. So, like, whenever you kill an enemy, it checks, you know, or whenever you gather an item. So I'm trying to think how we would do that. I mean, I guess what I'm probably going to do is just make some quests like that, and then the others are just an objective kind of thing, where it's like you emit a signal when the quest is done or something, or when you've achieved it. So I guess I could add a node with a script that runs in process and continually checks for the completion conditions, right? So I could run process, but what I'll probably do is just not do that, but ideally people connect it up with signals. Also, we got an ad starting in 1 minute. My apologies. I kind of wish I could get my overlay working with the ad stuff so it sends a message when an ad is about to start. I'm not sure how to do that, though. Hey, I think we're the cheese time. Gather items. Description required. Time rewards. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do all this. But and then also, how do you track quests, right? Maybe if it has a process, it could have a thing called like track info, or a variable that's just a string of, you know. I'm gonna have to figure this stuff out. Questing can be kind of a complicated task, if we're being honest. But I think just giving people the ability to program it themselves is probably gonna be best for the objective checking. So I'm probably just gonna have objective, or like progress check. Check scene. Would just be a scene for that. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Can you put walkers while on ads? Oh yeah, walkers. I think I still have it set up. Let's see here. It's loading. Oh. Hold on, guys. Hold on. And then no clock. Walkers makes its return. It's crazy. I would love to be able to like link up the walkers thing into my overlays so I can, depending on who's in the stream, I can put them down in the bottom as a walker. And then have like special sprites for different people and stuff. That would be kind of cool. But it's hard to do that when it's closed source. I don't think it's closed source necessarily. I don't know. If you want, I mean, honestly, I'm probably just gonna create something that I implement straight into my overlay. Unless you get it all hooked up with the Twitch stuff, then you could. But it's kind of hard to do that, so. The source, yeah, I think you sent it to me, didn't you? Yeah. I might just go ahead and integrate it straight into the overlay. That's probably gonna be the easiest way for me to do that, you know? But I don't know. You could update it and stuff, though. If you wanted to. Let's see, I got a ping. Let's go. There's Luke is playing Starground on Saturday, which is epic. Yeah, so that's going to be an open one, I think. I don't know if he's playing the demo or not. We'll see on that. Or if it's the full game, but that'll be epic. Let's hurry and get these bugs fixed first, right? Why is there a break point? Okay. Well, I think this is good enough right now for the quest stuff. I will have to mess with this check scene thing so that I can actually add in a node that will check if an objective has been completed. And what I'll probably do for that is just attach it to the player so that you can like, and then maybe have some signals on the player that's like enemy killed and stuff like that. So I'll work on that. Having those signals anyways is nice for when I get around to adding achievements, because then I can just connect an achievement to a signal and it's easy, right? So anyways, with that set up, I think we should be able to spawn in the buttons for all these. So let's do that. All right, so populate. That's basically just filling it out with all the buttons. So for I in range 2 to 10 or something. Nah, we don't want that many quests active. Let's just say there's always going to be 5. Load. Instantiate. Button is equal to that. Res scenes. Quest button. Oops. Load that and then instantiate it. Var button. And then we're going to grab our items thing. Items.add child button. Easy enough. So let's actually create the quest button. Let's hide all these scenes. Create a scene. Hey, Skellis, what's up? How's it going? How are you doing? Alright, so this is our quest button. This is going to be a, well, believe it or not, guys, a button. Layout, container sizing will expand horizontal. It's going to say gather items. It's going. Nice, nice. Realizing the size of the project I'm making and it's turning into something far bigger than I anticipated. That is the classic game development blunder, I guess I would say. But yeah. Let's see, quest ID. This is gonna be a string on this. Yeah, that's probably gonna work for that. So it'll set the quest ID and then function ready. I'm gonna say global.quests table.get quest ID. Quest info is that. And then I'm gonna say text is equal to quest info dot name. Just want to make a small tech demos portfolio piece. Almost, yeah, right. That's the thing. Yeah, that's honestly almost sort of what Starground was initially, where I was just like, just want to make a little game, and then now it's like, you know, we got modding and multiplayer, and there's a million things going on. So. Okay, so text will be set to that. I mean, that's pretty much everything we have to do in here. I am gonna figure out how I'm gonna have to do the randomized quest thing, right? I think it's okay to have a little bit of custom logic for that. Oh. Okay, no, it is quest board controller, thank God. So now I'm just gonna say button dot quest ID is... Oh, we have to do this. For I in range, or for I in global dot quests table, quest IDs dot pushback. Right. So it'll do that. Pushback I. So button dot quest ID is quest IDs dot pick random. Okay. No 400 isn't super huge, but it's definitely bigger than what I was planning to be. Yeah, no, for sure. Oh yeah, Starground's ended up being thousands, probably tens of thousands of hours. I mean, how much is 10,000 hours? Like, say I work, I don't even know how many hours every day. Well, every day I definitely put in at least like 6 hours of work on Starground, at least, you know. And then you times that by 7 because I work every day. I don't really take days off very often. So that's 42 hours a week. And then I guess you multiply that by, I mean, that doesn't take into account all the other stuff. Meetings and marketing and yeah. Then multiply that by 4. So that's in terms of months. So I've spent about 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 months on Starground, I think. So that's at least 2,688 hours. I think my playtime in Starground is pretty high, though. And that's since I just started doing it in Steam. Because I have 2,000 hours in Starground. So I guess that's probably about right. It's probably a little bit more than that. I think 6 hours is being kind of generous because there's been a lot of days where I've spent like 12 of just nonstop grinding out stuff. Especially the days like right before an update because I'll literally spend 20 hours working on the game. So it's probably more than that. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of time, I guess. All right, so this should work. Supposed to be an audio guy though. Yeah, no, I totally get that. Want to know my hardware? Sure. I've got My CPU is a 3900 XT, which is pretty good. One of these days, I'm probably gonna upgrade it, just because it's starting to get a little old. You know, especially with like the 9000 series out now, this is a little dated. But honestly, it still performs really well, so I don't really ever have any issues with it. But it's okay. It's just I can't afford it, you know, that's the problem. Because if I upgrade my CPU, I have to upgrade my motherboard, and then I have to upgrade my RAM. And so it becomes like $1,000, you know. No maxed out Mac Studio? No. That would be really expensive. But I've got 64 gigs of DDR4 at 3600 MTs. I mean, it's fine. Of course, I'd love to have DDR5, but again, the whole money thing. I've got a bunch of different drives. This is my... I don't know why I have other drive letters. I need to look at that. It's a terabyte SSD. It is a... Oh, wait, no, this is my main drive. This is my 4 terabyte SSD. This is an extra gaming one. There's a random old one from a million years ago. Another hard drive. This is another SSD. Then another random 4 terabyte hard drive. All for storing my games, basically. Then my graphics card is a 3080 Ti, which does a pretty good job. This GPU is also kind of getting old, but I'm never going to be able to afford one, so... You know, I'm kind of stuck. I won't be able to upgrade until cards are actually reasonable. With all the import fee stuff, cards are insane right now. Not only were they already short on stock, now every card is going to have import fees, so it's just insane. I'm never going to be able to get one. I would have to drop like $5,000 on a card, which is ridiculous. So I'll probably just wait until like a long time until even better cards come out, so the one that's way better than my current one is old. We'll have to see, I don't know. I think CPU advances have kind of peaked, so it doesn't make much sense to switch CPU unless there's an actual upgrade on your current. Yeah, it's just wearing out, yeah. Yeah, I mean, CPUs definitely, I mean, it's true and not true. CPUs are not peaking, or the performance of any component, if we're being honest. They are continuing to exponentially improve. But I think the thing that's peaking is what we do with our computers. I think the reason why we just don't notice a difference in better CPUs is because we're not actually utilizing them. We're not, it's just, yeah. And software isn't utilizing them enough, right? That's the big difference, I think. But I'm sure they're still getting better. But just not worth it. And same with graphics cards. I know those are going insane, but too bad I can't get one. I was gonna build a PC, but no GPUs at retail, so I'm gonna buy Mac Mini. Yeah, Mac Minis are actually kind of a good deal, honestly. Like, to get a Mac for how cheap they are and stuff, that's kind of good. Because when you have to get the full computer with the screen and stuff, it's really, it's expensive. I mean, it's like over $1,000, so if you can grab a Mac Mini for 500, or even like a used one or an older one for even cheaper, it's kind of awesome. I probably should have done that for my Mac, because I did buy an actual iMac. I bought it used on eBay, and it was pretty cheap. It was only like $300, but I could have probably gotten a Mac Mini instead, and it probably would have been better, but oh well. Maybe for core count, but speed isn't really a spec that's going to see improvements in some time. Well, I mean, gigahertz has definitely increased. Like, my CPU kind of maxes out at around like 4.2 or something. I'm not actually using it, but most CPUs are now way past 5. The thing with gigahertz that it's like, it's exponential, you know, where like a 5 gigahertz CPU is going to be really fast compared to a 4 gigahertz CPU, right? So I do think there is still a lot of improvements being made. The question is whether they actually matter. For most people, it probably won't affect anything. If you were using it for a very specific reason, like for something that was single core and you needed a very high frequency on your CPU, then maybe you would see a performance improvement. For example, running Minecraft or something, probably. But that would probably only affect your performance on like a server, right? So you probably won't even need to worry about stuff like that. Most people don't, right? And yeah, having more core count is good for like rendering. Definitely for Blender stuff, it's nice to have lots of cores. My Ethernet monitor looks like it's dancing. It does, yeah. It's going up and down. I don't know what's up with that. But all right. So that's getting the quest info. So I have to fix the other quest because it doesn't have any info in it. I'm just gonna copy all this stuff and just fill it back in. Kill enemies. The reward for that's gonna be 1 stone. Yeah. And the check scene, I'm not even gonna worry about that right now. All right. So back to the quest button. If we click, it does that stuff. We should be good. Then inside of the quest board, I'm gonna connect the signal. So on here, I'm gonna say button.owner is equal to self. That way, when I click the button, I can go ahead and set the active item right here. And then active ID is up there. So on set active item, I'm gonna say active ID is a new quest ID. And that's where we're gonna fill out a lot of the info and stuff. So we have the description label dot text is equal to. Now let's do this. So var quest info is global dot quests table dot get active ID quest info dot name, or not name, description, yeah. And I guess we can also have a title then if that's going to be a thing. So let's probably add that in below the separator there. Kill enemies, you know, something like that. Enemies. So this is going to be name label dot text is equal to quest info dot name. Okay. And then for rewards, we're going to fill that out too. So we have this, which is a list of our rewards, and that's just going to be a, I don't know, I guess a grid container. I wish grid containers would like, you know, wrap if things get too wide, but it doesn't. But whatever, we'll figure that out. So for grid container, we're gonna say for I and dot get children. I'm gonna say I dot free, and then down here I'm gonna say dot for I and quest info dot rewards. We're gonna add child. So this is adding a list of all the rewards. I know that I've done this before. Somewhere. I'm wondering where I can do that. It's not in the cost indicator. So hey, welcome in. How's it going? Instantiate. Res scenes. I'm just gonna do something random for this for a second. But I'm gonna change it. So let's see. We have like the item indicator, item pickup indicator, item slot, item buy button, item cost indicator. I don't know if I can put a, because it has a texture and the label. But I want it to be kind of like in, Or no, I know where I do it. I do it in the death screen. So what do I create there? This is called item info. Yes. And see, that one has a label attached to it. Yeah, I knew I had something for that. So back into the quest screen. Boop doop doo. Quest rewards, blah, 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 child. So item, what does that need to be? Item info. And then what I'm going to do for that is set the data ID and the amount, and that should be it. So reward.data_ID is equal to I.ID, and reward.amount is equal to I.amount. And then we add it. So what this should do is set the text, set the description, and set a list of all the rewards whenever we click on one of these buttons. So what we also need to do is connect this signal up here. So on ready, I'm going to say, well, I'll just connect it here in the editor. So on pressed, we're going to say owner.set active quest, I guess, or something with quest ID. And then let's go back to the quest board. So right there, set active quest. So we also have to check if the ID that we pass in is empty. So we're going to say if quest info and we can do a couple things up here. So like freeing that. Otherwise, excuse me. Sorry for the sneezes today, guys. I don't know what's up. Okay, so this will pass in an ID, and then if it's invalid, it'll reset everything to be empty. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. Okay. I think this will work. We have to actually test it, of course, but hopefully. I mean, this should work. So this will just pick random quests and add it. We're gonna see. There's still more quest stuff that I want to do in here, which is like, that's the one thing I forgot in the quest table. You know, what's the word for like when something is a one time, you know? One time or once. Yeah, one shot. I guess one shot. I might as well use the Godot naming schemes for that stuff. One shot will be false on these. So we'll add a sort of another check in, which is that if one shot is true, then that means we're going to make it appear multiple times. But these ones are going to be false, or so it doesn't appear multiple times, you know what I mean? But it shouldn't matter right now. Let's clear all these errors. I guess I dropped a pistol part. Oh well. So disappointed. I was looking forward to building a new PC. Built my last PC 8 years ago, and GPUs were out of stock due to crypto. Now I'm looking to make a new one, and now AI, so the GPU is expensive. Yeah. Yeah, it's really disappointing. Because I'm right there with you. I would love to upgrade my computer at some point. I mean, but it's just insane. And it's almost just not even a matter of money. That's what's really frustrating. Is because it's just straight up how limited the cards are also. Like, yeah, any card that's available is going to cost $1 million, but it's just because there isn't any of them. So it's definitely frustrating. Yeah, I don't know. I always hate how it's just a constant waited out game, you know? It's really annoying. Because man, it was the exact same way when I was getting my 3080, where it's like, because it was at the height of the pandemic and stuff, and it's just like, just all the GPUs are sold out, and like it was so bad, like even the older ones too. Trying to get like a 2000 series was impossible also, so it's just like, just sucks, you know? I think the only way you could get one is if by some miracle you find one physically in person, right? Sometimes stores have them in stock, but that's like the only saving grace. The market for a new phone as well, please have options. Yeah. Luckily, it's way easier with phones. Those don't tend to ever go out of stock. I think if like an iPhone went out of stock or something, that would be insane. What is going on here? Sorry, I just gotta figure out this with the Space Hub. Okay, I did this wrong. I need to say static body. Then add the 2 collision shapes. And then for the interaction of the quest board, that'll be a separate one. That'll just be a big square. There we go. Let update live? No. Oh well. So we got ads started in 1 minute. My apologies. Man, I am pretty hungry. You get like really hungry. It starts to like you get like a twist in your gut. I don't know. And it hurts. Thank you. Thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. Fortunately, water doesn't satiate the hunger, but close. I know Powerade isn't water, but it basically is. Okay, hopefully I should be able to open the menu now. Let's see. Yes. No, I can't. Also, I'm colliding with it. Turn off layer 1. This static body should just be layer 1. Okay. So is this on add inventories or whatever in here? Add to inventories. There we go. That's our issue. I may have to show player inventory. I'm probably gonna have to restart the game. Actually, I might be able to just reload this save. Let's see. There we go. Alright, so it's not happy because our controller is inheriting the wrong node type because this is a HBox. So set that to that. Okay. Quests table is not a thing. Yeah, I'm stupid. I didn't actually set it up. Requests table is a type of dictionary, which is a... Now I can actually type this, right? I can say it's a dictionary of string and dictionary. Which is going to be the case for practically every single one of these. Okay, so quests table. So we got that. Let's go down to where we set them up. I think that's just in a ready. Yeah. And I'll make sure I do it last in case we have like items and stuff that we're using in the quest. So var quest is load res resources quests table.trez quest table.append, or it's a dictionary, so merge quest.quests table. And there's no default thing I have to build, so that's it. So now that we have a new UI, I have to go into the UI spawner, or I think it's just in the spawner table. Yeah, here it is. And then add in the quest. I think that's the only thing that changed with that. Yeah. All right, let's try this out again. Hopefully it'll work. Saving the scenes. Oh, vintage story, it calls out to me. That's probably what I'm going to do after stream. I might try and get a patch or something. We'll see. I think once I get the questing stuff set up, I will push an update. At least just the basic questing stuff. I still don't know about modding with questing. I mean, obviously I'm going to make it moddable, but I have to think about the best way to do that. Okay, description label. Oh, it's probably just not anything. Yep. We don't need accept sound right now. Oh. All right, so that looks good. So we have the list of all of our quests. Then we click on one. Okay, owner apparently is null. I might have to set owner after I add it as a child. I think that's what's going on here. Okay, key amount is invalid for iron rewards. Okay. So let's go to the quest table. Amount. Should be okay. I'm not sure what's up with that. I in here should be, yeah, so we get the ID and amount. AMOUNT, AMOUNT. I don't know what's, oh, I just need to set it to lowercase amount. It's probably our issue. Let's try again. There we go. Cool, so it works. It shows our list of rewards and stuff. It's a little funny, but I mean, it works. And then if I click accept, nothing will happen right now, but yeah. But we're getting there. So for the name label, I'm gonna give that a theme override, or not a theme override, but a theme style for medium. Okay. Now, the rewards box is huge. I need to make that smaller, probably. It's in this item info thing. So why is the label so wildly off? Is it just because of the size of it? Like, it doesn't have a set size? So minimum size is 90. And I guess this one is set to stretch. I kind of don't want it to. At least for the horizontal sizing. So maybe just say fit height, fit width. I think that's what I want. So it'll stretch out with the width. Now, what happens if it gets too wide though, right? Will it like cause weird issues? Oh. I could be doing something very bad here, but we'll see. And this is just completely wrong. I don't know what's going on here. Layout should be anchors. And I guess I'm gonna have to figure out how to display this number correctly. I don't know how I would do that. I mean, I could do like a control node that scales. This might be a little stupid. Hear me out. We put a control node in, and that's set to full anchors. And then that control node has a control node that is set to anchors bottom right. And this one can just be size of 0. And then that control node has our mount label as a child. And that one will just be set to position. And so size of this one will just be expand. Let's see, where is that in layout? Oh, well, I guess it's just... yeah, whatever. We'll set it to be pretty big. And then I can change the position of this to whatever I want. So if we have like 12, I probably want that to just be sort of in between. Or maybe overlapping a little bit, so like minus 16. And that can be plus 16. So it's just in the corner over there. I don't like how it looks with the 1 though. That's my only gripe here. Maybe we go minus 24. And 16 seems okay, actually, for the height. Alright, this is a little funny, I'm not gonna lie. But hopefully it'll work. And let's just, up here, go ahead and say var export var label as a type of label. I better kill the game before it crashes. Or label is going to be amount label. So whenever I mention label, now I can replace that with that. Oh shoot, wait, no. Label's different from amount label. Alright, a little bit of a janky node setup, but I think it'll work. Seeing as you are in the USA, nice way to get a new GPU is via pre-built. Yeah, that's honestly probably the cheapest route right now, which I think is kind of stupid that you have to buy a computer just to get a computer part. But regardless, I think, yeah, that's going to be the method, honestly. I still don't know if I'm like ready to upgrade, because I mean, I don't have any major issues with my current hardware. Like, it does a fine job. I don't really ever run into a game I can't run or anything like that, so it's not a huge issue right now. But I'm definitely thinking about it, right? Okay, so yeah, when that image expands, the text, the amount label will move with it. Cool. All right. Hopefully this all works then, and doesn't look stupid. There's a situation, nice little thing you can do is pop your hardware into a new case. Yeah, right. I'm definitely thinking about getting a new case, because my case I have is good. It's like the Corsair. I don't remember what the name of it is exactly. I think it's the Corsair Carbide 540? Yeah. This is what my case looks like. It's the gray one. It's sort of like this. So this is the case I have. I mean, it's nice. I would like to get a new case, though, that's a little more modern looking, you know. I think, I don't know, one that has more glass would be cool. I know that they have some new Corsair cases. But, I don't know. Like, I think this is the one that I was looking at or something. One of these. I don't know which one. But I do also like the look of these full tower ones. Like the 7000 is cool. So I don't know. It's hard to say what I would want. I wouldn't mind having a full tower. Although I do like, one thing I love about the box is that I have a bunch of space on the other side. For just cable stuff, so I don't have to manage my cables. So I don't know. But yeah, this one basically is like the spiritual successor, right? Because it's kind of the same case, but it's just has some glass and stuff. So, I don't know. It would be nice. One of my gripes, though, with new cases is that they never have optical drive slots. Right? And I kind of do want to use my optical drives. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. So yeah, that's going to be a little tricky to figure out. I don't know what to do yet with that. I do love that the wood, actually. I gotta be honest. The wood is kind of a vibe. Yeah, I know I can get an external, but I also have like a multimedia one that has like a micro SD card slot and stuff, which I would like to use. But I don't know. I guess the thing with that is like, I don't really use it very often anymore, because now the only thing I used it for was my 3D printer, but it doesn't even use it anymore. I got a new one, so I guess it's probably fine. I rarely ever use discs either, so yeah, whatever. It would be cool to get a new one like this, though. It does look very nice. With the wood, too. Kinda epic. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll try and grab it. They keep changing these, the liquid coolers. And now they got this new one. What is this one? It's kind of the same, but now it actually shows the temperature on the center. Interesting. It's kind of cool, though. I'll probably keep my fans, because I have Noctua fans. Keep your head held high, manifest the money for a new build altogether. Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably wait until... Why does it have USB ports? Or no, those aren't USB ports. That looks like a proprietary fan connector or something. That's probably what it is. But they have a USB-C right there, which is weird. I guess maybe they use USB-C to connect it to your computer now? I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot of e-waste. One nice thing about upgrading my computers that I've always done is that whenever I swap out hardware, I give my old hardware to my family. So it's nice to not have to like waste components like that. I don't think I've actually ever thrown away computer parts. I still have every computer part I've ever had. Like all my hard drives and stuff, they're just sitting up there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, honestly. The reason I haven't gotten rid of them is, yeah, because I don't want to just throw them out. Because they're not broken, right? So that's the thing. I don't know. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't assign the label. Duh. Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. Yeah. I don't know. It starts to get more difficult to reuse hardware though, because like it's old and slow. You know what I mean? Because like hard drives are good for storage, I guess, but I don't need to store that much stuff, and like games need SSDs these days, so I kind of don't have a use for them anymore. I don't know what to do with them. I mean, maybe I could just sell them, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. All right, that looks good. I mean, it does what it needs to do. Yeah. I don't like, though, that it's like too wide. I don't know how to fix that. Because I have it set up where it has like a minimum size, which is 90 pixels, but I don't know if that's really what I want. I don't know. I probably want the vertical height on all these to be consistent. Where else do I use these item info things? I don't know. Because I have a minimum vertical height too. I think I kind of want it set up to where the horizontal size is always the same. Or honestly, just where the size of it at all is always the same, right? So it's always 48 by 48 pixels. And then if I load in a sprite that's taller, like a furnace or something, yeah, it'll just shrink. Which I think is a better way to do this. Like with a space elevator or something, it's like, yeah, just like that. Just so that I don't have to worry about any weird, like, quirky scaling stuff. And I'll probably leave that minimum height alone, but then for the width, I'll just set to 64, or actually 48 then. So we'll just set the size of that to 48. Oops, that was the vertical height. Just so that it, like, shrinks if it needs to, right? So, like, if we have, oh, I don't know, wood sprite in here, it's all going to be, like, connected together instead of being oddly spaced out. But if this changes, it should increase the scale of it. Okay, no, it doesn't. So I'm going to have to figure out how I want to do that. I think what I want is that if this gets past a certain size, then it starts to wrap. So by default, it'll be off, and so it stretches like that. But then, let's say if it's over, I don't know, a certain scale, then I start looping it, or wrapping it, I mean. But I don't know. I really wish with labels, like with the wrapping, I could set like a maximum width instead of it being like this, right? I wish I could say, once you hit 400 pixels or whatever, then you start wrapping. But there isn't an option for that thing anywhere. So you kind of have to do it yourself. I think the reason I had it set to 90 before was that then this wouldn't wrap until it hits 90 pixels, but yeah, obviously this is... I don't know how I'm going to do this one. I think this is also what I use in here, isn't it? You know, those are different because those are buttons. But I know I use it... Okay, I use it in here. Also, these will show 1 now. I don't know why. I think it's just because I edited it. Most of the time it's fine in here because the text is like usually going out to 80 pixels, but I guess I'll just say in here, in ready, when I set the text and stuff, if text dot, or if, yeah, if label dot text dot, can I get width of a label or something? Get line height. Label settings. I know there's a way you can get the width of the text inside of a label, I'm pretty sure. Well, I mean, I guess I can just say get the size. If label dot size dot x is greater than 96, that'll be my cutoff. Then I'm gonna say label dot auto wrap mode is equal to label dot auto wrap how do I set this? Oh, text server. Auto wrap mode word smart. And then I'll also go ahead and set the minimum size. So label dot custom minimum size dot x is equal to 96. So hopefully that'll work. I don't know if that's going to work with the auto translation stuff. It might cause an issue. If it does, then, well, we're going to test it out, of course. But it should work. Let's try it out. Okay, so those ones are stupid for some reason. It could be because this, probably. 48, 68. All right. Let's just save that. And let's set the amount label to nothing. The texture to nothing. I guess I'll keep it as that so we can see it. Let's see what that looks like now. So I use that in the research menu, which makes sense. I just wanted to, if the text isn't that long, if the name of the object is not that big, then it shouldn't be expanding out, you know? Just doesn't make any sense. Okay, so let's see what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. Now, these ones are too wide. I can definitely just tell. Like Underground Conveyor V2, this should not be happening. I think it's because I set the minimum size, but then I don't actually set the size back. So I think I have to say label.size.x is 96 again. And I think that is the reason. No, doesn't seem to be wrapping. I'm not sure why. Because I say label.text is that. Is it just because it's not, I don't know. Do I need to call this function deferred? Func update wrapping. And then just say update wrapping.call deferred. Would that fix it? Probably. There we go. That actually works pretty well. So now, like, when something is a really short name, it doesn't, it can be closer together like this, right? It's nice. I think that's better. Yeah, I think this will work pretty well. Sometimes the text is like too close to another object's text, which can look a little confusing. So I think maybe I just need to decrease the maximum size it can be, because right now it's set to 80 or 96. I think I just go down a little bit on that. Maybe try 80 instead and see what that's like. Then go back to Tyria, for example. Yeah, it just leaves a little more space in between the text that gets wrapped. So like when we go back to stuff like this, it's not gonna look as bad. Like this is way nicer with like that wrapping, I think. Cool. Well, I think this'll work. I think it looks nice. It's always something that's irked me a little bit, and I think this looks way better. Yeah, now Christmas tree will wrap and stuff. Cool. Then like some of the long ones, like nuclear waste reprocessing, yeah, it just wraps. And if the word is way too long, it'll just do a force wrap, which should be okay. So hey, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Alright, so anyways, point of that, if we go back to here. And also, I like how it always like stays toward the edge now, right? Or, like this stuff will be like along this edge. So in the quest board, it should look better now for the rewards. It still has a little bit of a gap, but I think that might have to do with where the quest board box is. Yeah, because it starts there at the edge of the text. So it's definitely a little too wide, though. Maybe it's not working. Let me actually just check, because I can do this thing now where I just do 2D and I look at this I don't know which one it is. It's item info. At least it should be. Item. Whatever, I can just grab something like this. There we go, now I can select the item info. So what's the size on this? Yeah, I mean, the size is 48. But that's on the label. I wish I could select the thing. But I just can't seem to. I mean, I guess I could just check the inventory here and then find it that way. Yeah, that'll work. Ah, man, the remote view on with the new update is kind of slow. Maybe I just have too many nodes, but... Okay, so the size definitely is 48. I mean, so it's working. So, hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. It's probably because of the expand. Yeah. See, because it'll expand the area of it. Which I don't know if I necessarily want to do. Now that I've like fixed that stuff. Oh god, I have to move back into local. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, so I think I might actually want to do no more expanding on that. It might look a little broken though, so I have to keep that in mind. It might not work out. Yeah, so that's the only issue with not having it expand, is that all of the things will just be butted up right next to each other, which doesn't really look that good. On this one it looks nice, just because it's spaced out correctly, but on some of these it looks bad. So, yeah, I do want to set this to expand. This is going to be better that way. I think a lot of these already got created, so they're not going to expand anymore. Yeah. Well, it'll be fine. But at least this is more predictable in its behavior, is what I expect, right? That's the big thing. Alrighty. What's happening? Am I clicking? Okay, no, we're fine. Alright, so the quest stuff is almost ready to go. I just have to, like, connect it up to the player now. I mean, like, the UI is working with the buttons and all that business. So it's basically working. We can click on here, it shows all the different names, and then you click and it shows the rewards, and I can click accept. It doesn't do anything right now. But yeah, we're almost there. I don't think the names over here need to be so long, so on the quest board, I'm probably going to shrink that down. So the details box will take up a larger amount. Let's say 1.5 at least. Yeah, that's better. Alright. I guess there's still quite a bit more, because we have to, what we're gonna have to do is get it hooked up so that it links the active quest to a player, and also saves it, right? Which is kind of a whole thing. And then I have to get it set up. Also, we have an ad going on. My apologies. And then we have to get it set up so that it shows, like, active and you know, completed quests and all that stuff. So I am gonna have to figure that out. Ugh. Okay. I'm kind of tired. I'm always tired. I feel like I got a decent amount of sleep, though. I don't know. Then this doesn't show 1 in here, right? Yeah. I think it's important to show 1 in this, because it's like you need to know, like, how, okay, that item, but yeah, how much? So... Okay, so when we hit accept, what we're probably going to do is... I don't know, we're going to have to figure out how to connect that up. The ads are over. My apologies. So when I hit accept, I need to add an entry to, like, we need some array or something in the player for active quests. And since I'm going to be adding and removing things from that a lot, I'm probably going to want to do an array. Because I also want people to be able to do quests of the same ID. So I think an array makes most sense for storing active quests in the player. There's probably something that can just be like saved in the player here. Like I don't have to do it as a separate node, like with the inventory data, because those are kind of their own things. But in here I can just say var active quests is an array. So for each quest, I'm probably going to do it as a dictionary. And that's just going to store like the ID, the current time. You get the idea. Just all the data that goes with that. Oh, man. Okay. So let's go over to the quest board. So we have set active quest, and then action down here. So action is going to be connected up to here. And we're going to say on action pressed. And we do need to keep track of like each quest in the list. That's going to be another tricky thing. Maybe you can only have one quest active, or like one in the list, so that we don't end up with multiple of the same. Or I create some kind of unique identifier. But I don't know if I can do that. Ugh. Sorry, I'm yawning a lot. Let's see here. Yeah, so I guess this is sort of what I'm thinking of, resource UID. I just worry though, because like it has to be unique even when you exit out of the game and stuff, right? I guess what I could do is keep track of how many quests have been created in that save. So like if we've had 0 quests, we can say, okay, then this quest ID is 0, right? Just so I can keep track of which quest is which. That way inside of the list, I make sure I don't accidentally add in the same quest. And I can also add in ones that were previously set up. Yeah, because the problem with these ones is that it's reliable for in-game, but it's not reliable for across saves. Like, if you load up a save, there's a chance that you get the same UID here, ID, whatever. So I don't think this will work. Also, did this change? I guess you can create an ID here, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Facebook link? Who would talk about Godot on Facebook? I'm just gonna read this really quick. I mean, I guess I could also do it based off of Unix time. Of like the time that the quest was accepted in milliseconds. Yeah, I know, you Facebook, yeah, it's yucky. That's another option too, instead of having to keep track. Because then I know that it's always the same. But I guess the only issue is what happens if you set your clock back? Then it breaks the game. So I don't necessarily want that to happen. Yeah, I think in this case, the most reliable way that we're going to go about this is just keep track of how many quests have generated, right? I don't think we'll ever get to a spot where so many quests generate that the game breaks. That would have to be an insane quantity. Because that integer is going to be the 64-bit integer, which is an enormous number. Can I paste that into calculator? Yeah. So that's that number. So let's say that our quests refresh every 600 seconds, which is 5 minutes. That's 1 day cycle. So that's how many... I'm probably doing my math wrong here. Okay, let's get the number of quests per minute. Or per second or whatever. So let's say 10 quests or 5 quests every 5 minutes. So it's 1 quest per minute. Because I'm just calculating how many years it would take for the game to break. So 1 quest per minute, and then we're gonna take this and divide it by... I can't math right now. Yeah, it's probably okay to do it this way. Okay, so yeah, if it's 1 quest per minute, then this is how many minutes we have until until the game breaks, right? I think we're probably okay. We can divide that by 60 for hours, divide by 24 for days, divide by 365 for years. So it would be, I think we're okay. 17 trillion years until the game broke, which is insane. That's too low? 100,000 million billion trillion. Yeah. Because we had minutes. We divided by 60 for hours, divided by 24 for days. Oh, you mean just... yeah, not enough years. I'm definitely going to be playing for 18 trillion years at least. I think this isn't going to work, guys. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to think of a new system. Yeah, that's basically forever. The heat death of the universe, so I think we'll be okay. I think even if it was like 20 years, that would probably be okay. I'd probably want to do more than 20 years. I think I'd want to keep a system like this working until, like, I don't know, a long time. Like what? I don't even know. At least 100 years. But yeah, this should be okay. And even I think if we added like a refresh button or something to change the quests, I still think it would be okay. Yeah. It'll probably be fine. 200 years max, yeah. 200 years max is a minimum. Yeah, like I'd probably want it to survive a save to survive 200 years. I mean, that's insane. It probably won't even survive 2, but you know, you never know. It's funny because people have ran into that issue with the Factorio. There used to be like your saves would break after 5 years or something, or after a certain amount of playtime. So they did actually have to fix that. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like an integer or something that was too small. But yeah, I think we'll be okay with 17 trillion years. I just always want to be wary of stuff like that, because if it was like every single frame, that might actually be more of a concern. Because let's say our game is running at, or every millisecond. So we have 1,000. Let's say we got a new quest every millisecond. So it's our funny number. That's how many milliseconds. So then we divide that by 1,000 for seconds, divided by 60 for minutes, divided by 60 for hours, divided by 24 for days, divided by 365 for years. I guess that's still 292 million years, so I think us humans tend to forget how enormous 64 bits actually is. Because that's kind of insane. That's kind of an insane number. That number is enormous. You know? This is ridiculously big. And also, that's including negative and positive. So if you got rid of the negative or started the value at the negative, then you'd get double the time. So, hey, what's up, Hypnotic? You could beat it? Oh man, I don't know. That's like 17 trillion years. That's really old. Starground will break when the final red dwarfs are burning out. Like, insane. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. If the game is still relevant even 10 years later, I think I've done a decent job, so I think we're okay. Yeah. Well, okay. With that in mind, knowing that it'll last basically forever, if I ever become immortal or realize or something, then it's gonna suck in 17 trillion years when I can't play Starground. Well, I'll still be able to play, I'll just have to make a new save. But, oh my god. That would actually be like hell. To do anything for 17 trillion years would be terrible. Okay. Makes sense. Starground has a dwarf also. Red dwarf exploding. So is Starground guy, yeah. Oh man. I don't even think games will exist in 1,000 years, let alone 17 trillion. Who knows? Okay, so when we press this button, we're gonna go ahead and add it to like a list of quests. I mean, honestly, if we wanted to increase that number even more, we could just increment the value for every quest that's been accepted. You know? Now, being on multiplayer, I will have to check that ID, like, with the server to make sure that it's, like, that's a number for everybody, right? So I guess that number then would become the number of quests that you can accept, which is probably better than just being a timer thing. Then I can play Infinity Time. I just won't, I won't be able to accept any more quests. It will make the fabricated human brains play Starground so fast that the save will break. Yeah, maybe. Technically, I could also do a system where if a quest is completed and finished, I could reset the ID for that quest. Okay, but that just gets ridiculous. I don't need to do that. I'm just trying to think of how I want to do this, because when a client accepts a quest, it's going to have to... I guess I'll probably store quests on the server for multiplayer players also, just because it's safer that way. It means I don't have to worry about, like, timing stuff. It's just a matter of, like, okay, get quest index +1, you know. So that should be okay. I guess the question is, though, like, okay, I have this index thing. I guess that's the way of checking. Okay, so I do have to have this number for every single quest that gets generated, regardless of whether it's accepted or not. So that's fine. Because what I'm essentially using it for is cross-checking with other quests that were generated. Right? So we have, like, I don't know. Whatever it is. Collect 10 items. Man, I'm gonna have to, like, plan this out probably more. A collect 10 items quest will have an ID in the list, and then we have to check our active quest against that ID to see if it's a new quest or the same quest. Because that way we can move that quest into the active quests, right? So that's how it's gonna work, I think. It's a little complicated. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about this. It's a whole system, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna be the whole thing. It's gonna be like kind of a lot of work, isn't it? Because I have to like sync it on multiplayer, and then I have to save it to the players, and I have to save it in the save file. Oh, yeah, there's a million things we're gonna have to do. But we'll get it done. I'm just wondering if I'm overcomplicating it. Like, do I need to make it that complicated? Or do I need to just remove it from the active quest list and then it's just in that player's active quests? That's probably better. I don't think I need to keep track of this number. Because it's just whatever quest you have active. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do instead. So I'll probably change that. Yeah. Do you ever have a bad day? It seems like you're always in good mode. Well, I appreciate it. I mean, that's good to hear. I definitely have days where I am not feeling it, though, yeah. Always start with the simplest thing first, yeah. No, definitely. I think simplicity with this is king. It's always better to go with the most simple system, unless you absolutely need the complexity of a more complicated route. But, like, with this, I don't think I need to. I'm just trying to think of the... There's just a lot of yawning. That's true. That's when I'm tired. Yeah. Man. Let's see. Yeah, I think the simplest system is probably something like this. Let me go open up our little drawing board. I think it's on my desktop. Right? It's on my desktop? Yeah, it is. So, what I'm thinking with this is... we kind of keep track of two lists. So the server has one list, and this is going to be like the current available quests. So it's just going to have a list of different quests in here, right? And so a player can come along, interface with the quest board, and say, I'm going to accept this quest. And so then what that's going to do is move it over into that player's own internal array of accepted quests. And then it removes it from the available quests. It's like hot dog, mustard, and ketchup. You know what I mean? And I think that's going to be the best way. So then all that happens is just the player keeps track of their own quest progress, and then if you can accept it, and whatever, right? I think that's going to be probably the best method here. Now, the only issue is like story quest stuff. If you accept a quest... that's a main story mission, should that quest then be banned from appearing again? Because then that kind of blocks off people from being able to do story missions. So that's kind of bad, but it also has to kind of work like that, because for stuff that only does it once, I don't want people to do the same thing multiple times. Because that's kind of like a server, like, world state kind of thing, right? Now, one issue that could be a big issue is if somebody on multiplayer accepts a story quest and then leaves, right? Because then it's going to think, oh, well, that quest has been accepted, so don't appear anymore. But then if that person is left that's accepted the quest, then nobody can ever do the quest again. So, see, this is where it gets complicated. That kind of thing is fine for quests that appear multiple times, because it doesn't matter. You can just do a different one. But for, like, story quests that only appear once, you don't want that to happen. Which is why maybe we shouldn't have story quests from the board like this. Maybe story quests are more of a global event that can be completed by anyone, and you don't necessarily have to accept them, they just are. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think this is why I need to think about this whole system. This is probably going to work for most quests where it's just a, hey, do this thing and whatever. And it's fine for quests that probably appear less often, or you know, or at least appear more than once. But yeah, I'm gonna have to think about the main story quest stuff. It isn't a hot dog unless it weighs 100 pounds. Gunner, is that a Gunner from DRG quote? Yeah. Holy crap, they have a 420 millimeter one? That's insane. That's a beefy cooler. Oh, and it kind of don't weigh at least 100 pounds, yeah. Man, I need to play Deep Rock again. It's been a while. Alright, well, I think I'm probably gonna end stream here. I know I'm ending like, you know, 15 minutes earlier than usual, but I did accidentally start really late today. I didn't mean to. My apologies about that, but yeah. So we're gonna go raid out, I think. But I'm gonna think about this system more. Shut up me. Over, you know, Monday and Tuesday, and just make sure that what I'm doing will be good, you know. Because I don't know. Yeah. It's just like, this is going to be a system that's used for a bunch of things, so I just want to make sure that what I actually end up doing will work with multiplayer, and I don't have to redo it later on, because that always really sucks. Implementing a whole system for something, and then, yeah, then it doesn't work later on, you realize, so that's not very fun. All right, but that's gonna be it for today. Thank you everybody for coming in. I appreciate it. This update with all this new stuff and bug fixes should be out as soon as I can get this questing stuff like figured out. I might just start with these quests that happen a million times, you know, and then it doesn't matter if people leave with it, and launch that as an update just for an initial, like, you know, an initial exposure to the quests, right? And then later on, I can probably figure out how I want story quests to be set up. Either that can be a separate system, or it can be a part of the quest board thing. So we'll figure that out. But yeah, that's gonna be it. Thank you everybody for coming to the stream. I appreciate it. Starground's on sale right now as a part of the spring sale, so feel free to grab that if you want. It's $8 localized for whatever. Feel free to join the Discord. Yeah, I'll next be live Wednesday. Might do more Starground stuff, or maybe I'll take a little break and do some vintage story gaming, because it's kind of fun. And we're also probably gonna get started on April Fool's update kind of soon. I'm probably just gonna do 12.1 and then get started on April Fool's with 12.2. So that should be kind of fun. I don't know if I'll show you guys what I work on though. I don't know. We'll have to see. Scary Pastry was streaming Astroneer today. Oh, let's go. Nice. Astroneer is pretty fun. I was kind of really disappointed with the DLC, if I'm being honest. The DLC kind of sucks. It's basically just the regular game, but it's a big planet with biomes that suck to travel through. And there's no more planets to go to. It's kind of disappointing. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it out again just to make sure that I know it's disappointing, but yeah, it's annoying. It's frustrating, you know, because I wanted to enjoy it. I thought there was going to be like new things in the game, but no. It's just kind of the same game, but limited and worse. So yeah, a little disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. All right, well, thank you everybody. We're gonna go raid Hypnotic Games because he's in here earlier, and why not? So yeah, thank you gamers, I appreciate it. I will see you on Wednesday. Oh, you're still here. Epic. All right, well, we're heading your way. Wait, yeah, what's up? Oh. Oh, you're in ads? Okay, okay. Yeah, I'll wait 1 second. Ads. It's always the worst timing. You also have the words thing? Everyone's got the words thing going on. I need to check that out. You're everywhere. Let's go. Cove has it. Yeah, and also catch chat something to do with break. Yeah, that's honestly a good idea. Maybe I should set it up. Because it's kind of fun. Yeah, Luke Wolf Games also had that thing set up too. I do wonder, like, it makes me wonder if it'd be better just to have a big ad break every hour instead of a smaller one every 30 minutes, you know? But I don't know. Working on my own thing, but it isn't ready yet. Ah, okay. Nice. Yeah, I want to get around to some more overlay stuff. That'd be fun. I've been meaning to. It's hard. It's so hard to balance my time between it all. Oh man, we're gonna get ads now. Snooze those. We good on ads? Okay, 30 seconds. Let's just wait it out. Yeah, I'll go ahead and start it up now. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. I'll see you Wednesday. Again, don't know what we're doing yet, but it'll be obvious enough from whatever the stream title is. But yeah. Launching raid machine. We'll wait just a second. I'll wait until it trickles down to like 50 seconds or something, just to be safe. You never know. But yeah, let me know if any of you guys have ideas for artifacts and stuff. Right now I'm sort of just adding little bits and bobs, you know, for dungeon stuff. So yeah, let me know. All right, we're gonna raid out now. Bye everybody. Bye bye.